thoughts get thrown around, but we keep going on believing, and on till we're all cried out, 'cause we don't feel like throwing it all away. We don't feel like it. This time it's not about escaping. We don't feel like it. We don't feel like it. 'Cause we don't feel like throwing it all away. Thoughts get thrown around, but we keep going on believing, and on till we're all cried out, 'cause we don't feel like throwing it all away. We don't feel like it. This time it's not about escaping. We don't feel like it. We don't feel like it. 'Cause we don't feel like throwing it all away.
Open eye, feel the waves cut through me, hypnotized by the sounds I'm breathing in. Hold tight, chemicals collide. Hold tight, hold tight, hold tight. Dripping lights paint the skies, all because of you. Dripping lights paint the skies, only you can make me move. You can make me move.
And we are live. Welcome to the FilterTime Bash at the Talladega Superspeedway. A great event to bring NASCAR YouTubers, Pro League drivers, and other celebrities of the NASCAR YouTube community here for an incredible event. Thank you so much for coming to the stream. I am your commentator, Sloppy Joe, aka Joey Stone, and alongside me is none other than the Iceberg, Jarrett Lumberg himself. Jarrett, how are you feeling, my man? And let's get one more second in here real quickly, as our desktop audio for some reason wasn't working. But for some reason, we're good now. We got Jarrett. Jarrett, how you doing, my man? Yes, you are here, Jarrett. We are ready to go. It is surely going to be an incredible event. We're going to get to the track here in just a few moments, but we're going to talk here real quick, Jarrett. 188 laps here at the Talladega Superspeedway, 3 stages. It's going to be a dogfight. You got 25 plus drivers in this field, all with great plate experience here. We got some guys who've won core races at the plate tracks. You got some Pro League drivers in here. What are you expecting with this kind of show tonight? Without a doubt, there is a lot of guys here that are ready to get going here. We're just about 3 minutes away from getting the action underway. As you can see, we are sponsored by FilterTime tonight. Thank you so much to FilterTime and all the incredible people working for FilterTime to come on board tonight for one heck of a time here at the Talladega Superspeedway. I'm ready to go, Jarrett. This is going to be a lot of fun. We're waiting for these guys. They're finishing up the drivers' meeting right now, and it's going to be a lot of fun. We're saying that apparently you're mute, but let's take a look at this, guys. Give me 1 second here. This is all new. It looks like you should be good. Jared, can we get an audio check from you? We are going through Discord, so it should be working just fine. If we can get the chat right now, just Jared, get an audio check there real quick. Check 4 for Jared. Do we got a Jared in the chat? Okay. That is really strange. Sorry, guys, we're having an audio issue with Jared here. We're trying to get it figured out. We were testing this stuff earlier, and for some reason it wasn't working, but now it should be working now. Jared, can you give us another shot? Check 5 for Jared. Do we have a check 5 for Jared?
Apparently not. I don't know what's the deal. It's probably a Discord thing. I'll go drop out and then jump back in the booth.
Well, let's see what they say here.
Oh, now.
How about now? Do we have Jarrett? Do we have a Jarrett? Do we have a Jarrett in the audio chat?
They're saying they can hear now. Woohoo!
We can hear. Great. We're here. Awesome, guys. Glad we got the audio stuff figured out. Like I said, I am Sloppy Joe. He is Jarrett Lumberg, a.k.a. the Iceberg on YouTube. We are about to go racing here at the Talladega Superspeedway for the FilterTime Bash. We are about to get the invites here in just a second. We will be known. They are getting stuff ready to go here. They just finished up their driver's meeting. They're getting in their starting order, and then they will take one pace lap around the 2.5 mile super speedway here in Alabama, and then we'll go green flag racing here for 188 laps. Jarrett, we did talk about earlier about this race, how much pressure is on these guys just for this awesome crowd that's here tonight to watch this event. There's no money involved. There's no prize. It's all bragging rights. And Jarrett, you've been in sort of some of these races that are all about bragging rights. What's going through these drivers' heads right now?
I think at this point, it's just taking care of yourself and staying in the draft. That's a big reason the 2 stages are there, is just to keep everyone sort of closer together, make sure that nobody sort of gets screwed in the first minute or so of the race. Because that sometimes just the caution system can be a little iffy. So for now, really, that's just like the main thing. Stay with the pack, keep yourself out of trouble until you can compete for the win.
Yeah, and right you are there. We are, like I said, we are just waiting to get our invites and whatnot, which should be here in just any second.
And Heat 4 all loaded up and ready, and we'll be good to go.
Yeah, and the main thing about this, Jared, they're just making sure they get in the right qualifying order. They had qualifying for this event, and we will show you guys who is starting where in just a moment here as these guys are getting in. Once again, guys, say thank you to FilterTime for jumping on board here for the FilterTime Bash, as well with support from the Talladega Superspeedway and NASCAR Heat 4. We will be giving away 2 copies of NASCAR Heat 4 tonight. Be on the lookout. Watch the race for 2 trivia questions based of recent years in Talladega Superspeedway history of racing. If you get the right answer correct, we will pick a random winner from the chat, and you will win yourself a copy of NASCAR Heat 4. Depending if you're on PS4 or Xbox, wherever you are from, you will win a copy. So we'll get that to you. So this is going to be a great event for sure. The guys have been working really hard on this event to make sure everything is ready to go. It's going to be a lot of fun.
That's the thing. There's just so many people behind this thing right now. That's the big deal with this, is that everyone has sort of come together from different communities and really just put this thing together in the last week or so almost from scratch. So that's the big that's one of the big things about this thing, just to bring everybody together. This is all for fun. Again, just bragging rights, not a bunch of money involved or points and having to take care of so-and-so for this. You can ask for forgiveness later after you take matters into your own hands and get the win in that way.
Absolutely, and we are seeing a large turnout right now, guys. This is unbelievable. Thank you so much for the amazing support we are seeing so far. Make sure to smash that like button and get ready for an awesome race here. It is going to be a blast. We are just about a minute or 2 away. These guys are getting in their starting order. Not as easy to get into the starting order in one of these lobbies, as many people who are watching know. They're making sure they're getting in the right order. Black Flags Matter, who is the host of this entire event, he is getting them in order right now. They will take 1 pace lap, and we will go green. You guys are not going to want to miss this broadcast for all the hard work that's being put into this whopping turnout. This is unbelievable. You guys seem to really love plate racing, and we may have a special guest on in just a little while. So be ready for that as we are getting ready for this event. And we may have our special guest in here in about a minute or so. So
ooh,
we might have him here in just a minute. So let's see if we can get our special guest in here.
While we're waiting on that, there's just so many different people from all over the place that are in this race today. There's pro leaguers in here. There's YouTubers in here. There's just guys that have been good in heat lobbies that are in here today, just getting everyone all put together and ready to go with this. And I think our special guest is in here now.
He is indeed in here, the co-owner of FilterTime himself and past Xfinity driver Blake Cook is here. Blake, my man, how are you doing tonight, man?
I'm doing good. You hear me?
I think we can hear you just fine. I hope the chat can hear you just fine. Otherwise, we're gonna be pulling some more hair out. But no,
yeah, I'm just pumped. I figured out how to get on here and join you guys in the booth. I'm pretty proud.
Yep, and looks like the chat's going nuts for you right now. It's great to see you in here, Blake. Thank you so much for wanting to be a part of this and sponsor this event on such short notice too, to get such an event like this going. What do you think is going to happen tonight? What do you think is going to happen tonight in a big event like this? Over 25 guys, 2.5 mile track, bump drafting each other. What do you expect?
Most likely a lot of chaos.
Yeah.
I mean, but that's what, people, sometimes it's not fun to be a part of the chaos, but it sure is entertaining to watch. And you know what? It's been fun following what you guys have been posting and everybody that's participating in the event. From FilterTime's Twitter account, I have access to that account, and am the one that does a lot of the posts and a lot of the replies. So I've been seeing it. It's exciting. People seem to be pumped for tonight. And man, it's just I always get excited to be a part of anything when it comes to racing. So I'm looking forward to it.
You talked about your passion for racing and whatnot, and just being excited to watch this thing. You've had some success here at Talladega. You know, I actually saw you win the pole here back with Colleague Racing. I believe it was 2016 when you won the pole, or 2017 when you won the pole here. I think it was Colleague Racing's first ever pole. I don't think the race went the way you wanted it to go. I think I remember how that one ended, but still, you seem to have some luck here at the plate tracks when it comes to speed, whatnot.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, there's a lot of little things you do when it comes to qualifying, that are, gray areas. So we had some tricks and had a fast car, and I did my job, team did their job, and we got to pull. So that was fun, exciting, but it did not end well. And I don't think any plate race has ended well for me. Um, you just get greedy. You go there and you're like, oh, if I can leave with a top 10, that'd be great. But then you're running, 8th on the last lap, and you do something bold to try to win, and you wreck usually. So, or I do. So, if I would have just stuck to my plan, on every plate track and just go to get a top 10, I probably would have had a lot more top 10 finishes there. But I always get greedy at the end.
I want to ask really quick. So being in plate races, what is your favorite strategy with them? Is it just stay up front as much as possible, stay in the back, or just sort of be a nomad and go where the draft takes you?
Anything but stay in the back. I've been a part of teams where there's orders to stay in the back, and it is not fun. It's very disappointing for everybody, right? So I love leading. I led at Daytona for a long time, 2017. And being out front, it's relaxing. You have, you just have to look in your mirror and block the lanes and focus on different things. And then it's fun to be a madman and just kind of, work your way back up to the front, try to go top of 3, form new lanes, side draft, kind of learn. It's very risky, but it's a lot of fun to do that as well. So anything but riding the back.
Yeah, trust me, I've been to a lot of Talladega races and just went to my first 500 earlier this year. It's not fun riding in the back. It's not. You want to keep that car clean, but you want to focus on the long run. But as a race car driver, you want to go out there and pass people. You want to go for the lead. You want to get aggressive and everything, because that's what you trained your whole life to do and whatnot, is to take those big moments and go for it. I want to say this, though, Blake. Besides from your driving, I know you're a driver's coach, actually, and you've actually coached some up-and-coming guys, like one may say Harrison Burton. So I know you've done some stuff with Harrison, and he's off to a great start this year. He won at Auto Club and whatnot. And tell us what it's like. You were a full-time driver. We don't know if you'll be back in a car someday, maybe for a race. We don't know that, but right now you're focusing on your business, which is awesome, and you're also being a driver coach. What's the differences, like, from being that driver to now you're coaching that driver? Do you coach him what you do, or do you kind of adapt to what he does as a driver and teach him how to adapt to what he's trying to do?
Yeah, I mean, I've been able to coach a few different drivers, but currently working with Harrison Burton, like you said, and what a great year he's had. In last year he didn't have a great year. So part of coaching is being able to keep you mentally tough and get through the down times, because in racing there's always going to be lows and there's going to be a couple highs, right? But there's a lot of lows. So being able to manage that, not get down on yourself, not have doubts, and stay hungry, keep working. And he was able to do that and come into this year and fire off strong. So really proud of that. As far as coaching goes, you just kind of, you don't teach somebody how to drive or how you drove. It's all about taking what they're doing and trying to polish all the little things. Harrison has a great natural ability to give feedback, to find speed. And we work together throughout the week. Do a lot of stuff on iRacing, watch a lot of video, meet and talk. And so when the race weekend comes, as a driver, it's easy to kind of forget a lot of that stuff and just focus on running a fast lap on the track. You go out on the track, your adrenaline's going, your heart rate's up, you just try to run hard, run fast. And sometimes you forget about all the little details that need to happen to win that weekend. So being there, reminding him of the little things that are important, picking out small details that could be done better or what other people are doing, bouncing off ideas. And man, sometimes it's getting on the radio and letting them know what needs to happen, and kind of painting that picture, especially before a restart. When you're in the driver's seat, you just see a car in front of you and one beside you and one behind you, really. So if you can kind of have somebody in your radio telling you what this all looks like, who the guy is behind you, what he normally does, what to focus on for this restart, just kind of paint that picture of what needs to happen, it helps a lot. So to sum it all up, I try to be the person that I wish I had throughout my racing career. Somebody that's on my side, helping me improve, keeping me accountable, and just working together to be the best that you can be.
I've noticed that, especially in the past couple weeks, filter time's been all over the place in a lot of esports and online racing, iRacing. I I know that obviously the importance of racing to you, just with being a former driver and being very involved in the sport. But what importance does just online racing, iRacing, esports, NASCAR Heat 4, all these have to you, and involving filter time with it?
Well, I was a fan before. Of course, love esports, love online gaming. But to be honest with you, it all started with Dale. My partner and co-owner of Filter Times, Dale Earnhardt Jr., and he is a big esports fan, online gaming fan. And I didn't even know like it was his idea. He wanted to have the iRacing cars and Filter Time on the PlayStation cars and the Xbox cars. He wanted to have Filter Time all over the place. I jumped on board and we made the most of it and capitalize on the opportunity to have these impressions and to support this type of racing. And ever since then, I started watching it. When I have my company's car on the track, like it's exciting to watch. And then I got hooked. So it really all started with Dale, and his love for online sports, and him thinking it'd be a good idea for our company to be on the cars virtually.
Just
Yeah,
how important is that interaction with the community overall? Like I've noticed so many people have been tagging filter time today with the race and just uh, putting filter time all over the place. How important has that been to you guys? Just looking at it as an overview, just looking at the business overall.
I don't know how important it is, but I know it feels awesome. and what makes me excited, what gets Dale excited, is not so much just sales, right? And making money and building, that type of business. It's about like forming a community, forming, having emotional connections to our customers, having the best customer service. And there's a lot of these people that are tweeting that are actual customers, and to be able to see them and their excitement and what they have to say about it, and then watching people sign up for filter time, and then there's a little survey after you sign up of how'd you hear about us, and seeing those response of online gaming, online racing, esports. um that's just fun, man. And I'm driven off of fun and my passion and excitement, and it keeps it exciting for me. Watching people tag and post about a company that I started not even 2 years ago. It's just mind blowing to me, and how many people have heard about Filter Time now. Um, a lot, thanks to esports, really, in the online racing world. It's crazy, and people are passionate, excited, and the drivers work hard too.
oh
The
yeah.
drivers we've sponsored work so hard for Filter Time to do giveaways and to get retweets and get people to engage with the sponsors. I've been so happy with all the drivers that we sponsored over the last year.
Yeah, for sure. And again, just want to reiterate to the chat. It's really hard to get a lot of guys in there in a certain order. I just got a notification from Black Flags Matter himself, Darian. He did say literally in about 1 minute or so you'll get in there. We'll get the racing going. But Blake, I want to ask you this too. You and I, we've known each other for quite some time. I was telling Jarrett the other day how I first met you when literally you had your car on display at Atlanta Motor Speedway. You were starting parking during those days. Like
Yeah.
you didn't have a sponsor really. And I tried to get in
Hmm.
your car, and you're relatively a smaller guy than me, and I tried getting in, I just couldn't do it. And I remember you came over to me and you told me like, hey man, like yeah, I'm a pretty small guy. That's how we met, and I remember that moment, and it's just crazy how all these years later we're both successful at what we're doing right now, and that's just how crazy the sport works like that. I just want to say too, it's really cool how I can compete against guys that you sponsor in the NASCAR Pro League. You know, you had Jason Keffer driving a FilterTime car last year. You had Dohar on Xbox driving an Xbox car as well, and you know, always going against those guys. It's just so cool to see FilterTime on the hood. You know, a company that you just started, like you said, 2 years ago, and here you are on the hood for Justin Allgaier last year at Kentucky. I think was it Kentucky?
Yeah, Kentucky.
Kentucky last year. You're on the esports cars now. Also in the Coca-Cola Pro Series on iRacing. I think I had a scheme there.
Yeah, Michael Conti.
Michael Conti, one of the champs, of course.
And then Dale Earnhardt Jr.'s car at Homestead.
Yeah, and almost got the win.
The Pro Invitational. Yeah, that was huge.
Almost got the win for sure. It's just so cool how the sport evolves like that with esports and everything. And again, just gotta say thank you to everyone who's being so patient. We're about to get the racing here in just a moment. We're having a great time talking to our good friend Blake Cook, co-owner of FilterTime, who is chatting with us, a big esports fan as well, as we're about to have one incredible race here. Yep, and I'm getting told right now that we just got invites. And we should be getting here in just a second. I know, Blake, I'm pretty sure you have the stream pulled up on your end, so you'll be checking it out and everything if you got any input or so. But, yeah, this is going to be a lot of fun. Like, 188 laps, but it's just, you know these guys are going to go crazy here right at the start. You know it's going to happen. You know, the pressure's on them. They got a bunch of people watching them. People are ready to see who's going to take the title for the first ever FilterTime Bash at Talladega. And this is really cool. I'm really excited. Blake thinks it's going to be Rex. Jared thinks it's going to be Rex. I think we're going to see cars barrel rolling and everything. It's going to be nuts. This is going to be crazy.
I'm excited to watch. And good luck to everybody. I can't wait to see who wins the FilterTime Bash. And it's exciting to see. And yeah, man, thanks for having me on. I want to wish all the drivers good luck. And I actually got to get off here, but I'll be tuning in.
Of course, Blake, thank you so much for coming on board to talk to us for a bit and for being part of the event and everything. And, yeah, thank you so much. Hope you enjoy the show.
Awesome. Thanks, guys. See ya.
Thank you.
Thank you, Blake. And it looks like we're getting the invites. We're ready to go, I believe. We're going to go hit that join button, and we are going to get things underway here.
Yeah, just basically, I just need to know when to join. I can't wait, though. I'm like seeing all these people in here already that I'm friends with, people who I know are really, really good racers on here. So, you know, there might be some wrecks, but at the same time, I think there's going to be a lot of good side-by-side racing. Just want to thank everybody who's involved in this so far. It's been absolutely amazing to set up and just so much collaboration with everyone in the community. It's honestly astonishing so far to see how much people have been compromising and also making basically the best possible show that they can absolutely possibly have. And yeah, looks like I'm in spam now with invitations for it. These guys are ready, man.
They're ready. The invites are spamming. Our fingers are twiddling. We're ready to go. The countdown, I believe, is just about to hit 0. We are about to go underway here for the FilterTime Bash here at the Talladega Superspeedway. Again, cannot thank all of our partners enough for being a part of this. FilterTime, NASCAR, Heat, Motorsport, and the Talladega Superspeedway. If I already said, I'm already excited, man. I'm already missing my words up and everything. But we are ready to go. We're starting this thing up. And we are connecting. And we are getting into this live race here. It's ready to go for the FilterTime Bash.
Can't wait till, like, on my screen, I just look over to the right and I see everybody lining up for the pace lap, getting all ready. I can't wait, man.
And as you see, the loading screen is here. The Talladega Superspeedway. We're here, ladies and gentlemen. This is it. This is the FilterTime Bash. This is the event we have been pumping up for such a long time. Yes, you can join in now, Jarrett.
Jumping in now. I can't wait. Oh, my God.
It's going to be something for sure.
Here it comes.
So we do have a pace lap. They are going to get to past the line to make sure all the cars get through. And then we got a little surprise for you guys.
It's still loading right now. I see that I can't wait. It'll be loading on my screen here, and then I have another screen here that'll show the broadcast pretty soon.
And let's get right to it, guys. Let's take a look at your starting grid for the FilterTime Bash.
You get the first few, and then I'll jump in as we go.
Yep, row 1. On the inside is Darian Ginn and Black Flags Matter, and he is not making it tonight. Daniel Ballin would be on the outside, but that will move the second row up. Mike Ross in the row number 2 in the 88, and then in row number 3, Jake Baskinger in the number 38 car, and then Cody Workman on the outside in row number 3. Row number 4, Nathan Scott will be in the number 2 car. Alongside him is Rusty Wallace in the number 59 car. Row 5 is going to be Toby Christie. Alongside him is going to be Raw Gator. And as you take a look at there for just a second, we're going to get Jared in here to give himself a little taste of the starting grid.
All right, as we get the screen a little bit bigger, we got row 7, Eric Eastep and Mike Kuhn in the outside in the 9 car. And in row 8, we have Chase Durham in the 1 car and Jet Kraus in the 48 Ally Chevrolet.
Row number 9 is going to be Slade Gravitt, Pro League driver for Wood Brothers, and on the outside, Israel Perez, Super Squad on YouTube.
Row 10, What Incarnation, the Mean God himself, and Corey Rockdeb in the 22 Pennzoil Ford.
Row number 11 is going to be that 24 Dale Greenwood on the outside, Nicholas Throckmorton in the number 8 Bass Pro Shop Chevy.
Row 12, we got Blue Jimmy 48 fan in that New York 36 car, and Anthony Trippi in the Scooby-Doo Ford.
Row number 13 in that 46 is going to be Zach Curtis, and on the outside, Scout Bonk, Matthew Billingsley in the 00 car.
Rounding out the field, putting food on the table, it's Jonathan Ramos, IDK player, in the IDK player Ford. And it looks like we're about to get ready to go here right now. Darian leading them off. They got through the restart zone, and I think we are green.
The green flag is out for the FilterTime Bash. 2 by 2, as you see some guys taking it easy back there, getting in their packs, as we got a long way to go, Jarrett.
I see that the bottom line right now is getting a lot more organized. The top 4 have already broken off their single file. It looks like they're just going on a line right now, getting ready to go. Workman looking around, and Rusty is going to go up to the top side. They're heading down into 3 right now.
And we talked about Rusty right there in that 4th spot. He was actually in the preseason, Jared, for the NASCAR Pro League. Didn't get the results he wanted, but hey, he did one heck of a job getting out there with the best of the best, putting on a show. That's what it's all about.
I'm riding along with him right now. He's looking for an opportunity to go up top, and there goes the 6 car, Runnings Racing, Gavin Neutron. He's going up to the high side, but it doesn't look like he's going to get any help really, except for the 88 Chevrolet, the Intimidator car, coming up behind him, but there's just nothing built on the top side yet, and we have 2 distinct packs I'm seeing right now. Some guys hanging out in the back, trying to play it safe in this first stage.
Playing it safe in the first stage for sure. Black Flags Matter, the host of this race, is leading the field right now as they're single file. We talked about, Jared, these guys are taking it a little easy right now. It's a long way to go in this race, but we're starting to see a little bit of moves back there. That 6 car looks like he's trying to make something happen on the outside, but nobody's going with him.
No one's going with him. They're side by side. Meanwhile, that second pack is really starting to organize itself into a line. It looks like they're slowly starting to catch that top pack because, again, they start going side by side, opens up a bigger hole in the draft. And right now, Rusty is going above Workman. They're 3 wide for second right now.
3 wide for the second position. Rusty Wallace getting some help from Rod Gator, but Rusty's going to think better of it. He's going to go right back to the bottom and follow that 3 bumper of Cody Workman.
And he's just going right to the back. Now, again, if you don't have any help, that top side is absolutely useless. And it's just sort of a revolving door. And at this point, when people are trying to play it safe, that revolving door is just going to put you right to the back of the line, just like it did with them.
Yeah, you're absolutely right there. And, we talked about, Jared, with these guys, single file. Oh, Rusty looked to the inside there. Oh, battle for the lead. Rusty Walrus there is now looking for the lead as he is going to go to the bottom and shuffle Black Flags Matter out of it. Move Rusty Walrus to the lead. Rusty, your new leader here.
And don't look now, but that second group, they're organized. You've got Anthony Trippi, you've got Scout, you've got Joseph Lombard, and you've got Nathan Scott. They're all right there on the line, and they are catching them. That front pack is getting a lot bigger in their front mirrors, and it's only going to be maybe a lap before they get there as they're shuffling around in the front group right now.
Taking a look at Black Flags Matter here as he is falling to the back. But let's take a look at someone else, guys. Mike RPM. And Jarrett, you may see that scheme's a little bit familiar to you as he makes an aggressive move to the top. But Mike RPM, he was a driver in Season 1 for the NASCAR Pro League. Jarrett, that scheme looks a little familiar, doesn't it?
Yeah, it really does. I think it's the best looking scheme in the field, if you ask me. The Intimidator Chevrolet, he's jumping in and he's really making some hay on that top side right now. I mean, if he gets enough help, he might be right up there in the lead with it. But I had the opportunity to come up to the booth and I could not turn that down. He jumped right in, and I'm more than happy as he is going for the lead on the outside of Rusty Walrus.
2 by 2 as they head down the back straightaway as they head into turn number 3. Give the advantage to Mike RPM with the number 1. A little contact there, Rusty Walrus in the number 1, but looks like they keep it clean. 2 by 2. Move that black number 88 to the lead of Mike RPM. Man, that brings back some memories, doesn't it, Jarrett?
Oh yeah, it does. I didn't spend much time at the front, but when I did, it was at Talladega. But I'm looking right now at the back of this pack. Right now, Jet Krause in the 48 Ally Chevy. I'm just watching the way that these guys are shuffling in and out, in and out, in and out of every line. Right now, they're like Noah's Ark 2 by 2, but there were 3, 4, I think they were even 5 wide towards the back of the pack at one point. They've really worked it out right now. But right now, that bottom line starting to get the push. The high side had it for a while, but again, if you can't keep it all together, you can't get that high side moving. Joseph Lombard up the middle right now, 3 wide as they head down into turn 3.
Take a look at it right here. Jake Baskinger sitting in the 3rd spot. Fellow YouTuber with over, I believe, 20,000 subscribers. He puts a lot of content out there, Jarrett, but he's showing right now he's not all about that content. He's all about that racing. Look at him pushing Rusty Wallace sitting in P2.
Yeah, he is right now. And I keep looking at a lot of these guys that are really sort of playing it safe towards the back, too. You've got a group of 3 that's really kept it, if we can show a little attention, they've kept it clean. They're just drafting single file behind this pack because this pack right now, they're dicing it up. You got some of the most competitive guys up there. And if you look a little bit in that group too, you've got Eric Estep now trying to lead that high side. It's just right now, again, you get 3 or 4 guys, it just won't materialize in time. But I wouldn't count that guy in the Groovy Gang there out of it just yet. It's early on, and he is always fast at Talladega.
Like we just said before, you're riding on board right now with the Groovy Nation. Eric Estep in that number 20 car as he's making some moves there, Jared, but looks like it's falling back. It's calmed down a little bit, back to single file racing, but we still got some guys up there battling for the front. Looks like Jake has moved up to the top up there.
Yes, it does, but again, there's just not enough guys up there. I think a lot of them trying to play it safe early. There's a few guys it gets a little difficult in the corners, especially when you're really close to people to hold your line. So right now, early on in the race, kind of trying just to make it to really the first pit stop, because it's looking like this race might go green for the first stage so far. These guys have been really careful, not playing it really too awful crazy with it. But again, they're side by side for the lead, and is that I'm trying to see up at the front here, but it's 2 by 2 by 2, man.
Taking a look at Joseph Lombard here. They're 2 by 2 bound for the lead, and oh boy, we talked about him. Oh, little contact, 3 wide there with Joseph Lombard and the 25 of Black Flags Matter. They're still shuffling back there. But hey, let's go to that front real quick. Guys, I think, Jarrett, we talked about this guy possibly being the winner or possibly the one to be the favorite here for this race, that number 3 of Cody Workman.
I had the privilege to race against him in the practice races early on in the week, and I can tell you that nobody was able to put up a better run in the draft, go from the front to the back and then back up to the front than Cody. Cody just manages to time his runs perfectly, whether it's into the corner, whether it's the high side or the low side, whether it's on the straightaway. It doesn't matter where in the draft or on the track he's at. This guy, in my opinion, is the guy to beat. He is absolutely a madman with the draft. And, I mean, let's be honest, having the 3 car up front at Talladega just kind of seems right at this point.
It does for sure, but hey, not so fast, Cody. We got Mr. Groovy Nation himself moving up to the front. Check out Eric Estep making the moves on these guys, as right now he puts himself into the top 5, and some pretty familiar names up there in that top dozen there, Jared. Do you see any names that you may know of?
Slade Gravett, man, that dude is right up there when it comes to the draft with Cody. I mean, he, during the practice races, was working a lot with him. MDK was also working with them a lot too, and Blue Jimmy. if those 4 all get up front together along with Black Flags Matter, I honestly think that the rest of the field might not stand much of a chance, because those guys have been absolutely perfect in the draft, holding their lines, whether they're on the low side, they just have them in a train like this, and when they have to and to jump up to the high side, these guys are about the only ones who can almost assuredly go to the front when they go up top.
Absolutely. You're taking a look right now. You're riding on board with MDK Racing. I want to give a quick shout out to MDK as well for helping out, making these incredible graphics. It has been such a doozy to make all this stuff happen, but it wouldn't have been possible without him and other YouTubers as well for coming together and putting together such a fantastic event. He wanted to race in this one, Jared. I talked to him, and he's always behind the booth, but he said he wants to get in on the action, and I gotta say, I'm pretty impressed with him. Riding P4 right now, he's holding his line. He's pushing that paint scheme of yours that you seem to enjoy racing with. He looks pretty good out there right now.
He does, and in the practice races, what I noticed, and what I noticed he actually did here, is at the start of a restart of a stage of a race, what he'll do is he usually ends up going to the back. A lot of times it's because he restarts up top, which is not the preferred line, but what he'll do is he'll patiently wait for it to sort out a bit, get a good run in the draft, and then come up right to the front. He has almost been glued the entire week in the practice races to Workman's bumper. Workman goes high, he goes high. He zigs, he zags. It's just absolutely great teamwork between the two. If they get working together, or if they're both shuffled to the back, don't be surprised if the 3 and the 48 are working together basically as a tandem.
I do have an update, Jared. It's actually an unfortunate update here. We are getting reports that Toby Christie, there he is, engine trouble for the number 17 Fastenal Ford. It looks like his day is done. That is definitely a tough break. We were keeping an eye on him because if you guys don't know Toby Christie, he does work with NASCAR, does a lot of riding for NASCAR, and was part of this event, but unfortunately engine issues have made the 17's day come up short here. Tough break there, Jarrett.
Bad, too, because he was really, really excited to be in this race. But, you know, the show has to go on, and unfortunately it's going to have to go on without him. Right now, it's looking like there's a few guys towards the back who are trying to get that outside working. Joseph Lombard, he's wanting to go right now. And I've noticed that also there's 2 packs now. There's a group of about 6 back there. I don't know if maybe some people got into each other or if they're just playing it safe right now. But a group of 6
big crash! Huge crash in the front. Trouble! The big one at Talladega. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 cars are involved, and that is going to bring the caution out. Tough break there, and wow, we just caught the very end of it, but it looks like there was some moving around in the tri-oval, and that brought out the caution there. We saw Darian Gilliam, Black Flags Matter involved. We saw a bunch of guys involved.
I'm kind of wondering if you're towards the back right now, you're trying to play it safe, pit right now, or not? Do you like see if you can get the fuel good for this stage so that maybe you can try and time something out towards the end of the stage to pick up some spots? What do you think, Joe?
Well, I think right now you definitely want to get the 4 tires and just kind of call it a day right there. Always want to go with those 4 tires unless it's kind of a dash to the finish. Tires may not mean too much, right? We still have a lot of time to go in stage 1 and whatnot. But as we mentioned that, we are about to go back racing here for the restart for the FilterTime Bash after the big one happened right there. And the green flag is back out. MDK Racing to the lead. Put that number 48 car to the front with Joseph Lombard on his outside.
One of his other drafting partners in the practice races, Darian Gilliam, Black Flags Matter, is going to be right behind him, pushing in with those gold wheels on the car. Those two really worked well too. Cody was working well with them. There's a lot of these guys, they're really forming alliances, and oh man, Jet just cut off Darian's nose right there. Darian was peeking for the lead, but again, that yellow line rule is in effect for this race, unlike some other leagues that we've done. And Darian's going to go up high. Is he dropping back?
Might have made a move. He might be dropping back, but I'll tell you what, the guy who likes this view the most is MDK. He is holding the lead. That 48 car may be the leader here in just a moment, and 48 might lead his first lap under green.
Look up top, we noticed this in the practice races as well. Jake Baskinger, he really likes to ride that high line, try and get a run there, but nothing is really getting set up because they're 3 wide throughout the pack right now. Joseph is stuck in the middle. I think he wanted to go up top, but he sort of got shuffled out of the top line. And there's a little contact between Joseph and Jake. Jake's up into the wall. And Chase Durham's up in the wall too in the one car.
Yep, I see about only one car really involved in that. Wow, that could have been a lot worse. Kudos to them for avoiding that crash. Tough break though for the number 1 machine of Chase, who was honestly, he was looked at was one of the favorites, Jared. We talked to these guys before the race started, and they were all pointing at that one car for being a possible favorite for this race.
He was really good up top. He is somebody who loves just rim riding around the track. Go to the top side of the track and ride the whole race there. But there's a long way to go. He can catch back up. I noticed also Runnings Racing, Gavin Neutron in the 6 car. He is a little bit further back. He might have gotten involved in that, but he has lost the draft. So 2 cars now have lost the draft. I'm wondering if the 6 might back his way up to the 1, but there's a long distance between the 2. So that's something that's going to be a point to keep in our minds here, is that if they become lap traffic and these guys are going 2 and 3 wide up in the main pack, there could be a lot of precarious situations that are being made from that.
Yeah, tough break for sure for Gavin Neutron and Chase there in the 1 car. But back up to the front, it is MBK Racing leading that 48 car, along with Cody Workman in 2nd, Slade Graven in 3rd, Eric Eastep in 4th, and Raw Gator in 5th, rounding out your top 5. But anytime that can shuffle at any moment.
Look at this. Eric Eastep is going with Slade right now. He's going to try and give him a push. He's got the 00. He's got IDK player behind him. Raw Gator's now jumped up there. The high side is starting to get the momentum right now. Slade looking up high right over Jet. As they come out of 2, it's looking like Slade might have the momentum here.
How about this? 2x2 all the way back as they battle for the lead. It looks like the last lap here at Talladega. But right now, give the lead to Slade Gravett in the number 21 car as he gets a huge push from Groovy Nation.
Oh!
No! Oh! Car flipping!
Huge
Matthew
one.
Billingsley flipping once, twice, 3 times, and the caution is out. We just caught that on tape. A tough break there for the 00. I don't know what happened there, but that was just brutal.
Looked like Eric Eastep. He had tried to really just go up top a little bit, but Gator was there. Trey Normile was there, and from there, the rest of the field really just was at the mercy of wherever the cars went.
Caution out right there for the 00 and a bunch of other cars. Tough break there. But Slade Gravett taking the lead there. You can imagine, though, Jared, he's not going to take as many tires here or fuel. You want to just get to the end of the stage and get your stuff figured out. That's what you want to do right here.
What would the fuel mileage be for this? Because if you can pit here, you might not have to pit towards the end of the stage where guys that stayed out may have to.
Trust me, man, they're not worried about fuel at all. They can make it here. They'll take as much fuel as needed. Half a can, 1 can. They should be able to go. It's normal wear. But the green flag now back out. Slade Gravett to the lead with Eric Eastep on his outside.
Right here, these restarts, the bottom line is preferred, but at the same time, it's about who in that 2nd, 3rd, 4th in line can get set up and right on the bumper before the other. And right now, it's the bottom line. It's the bottom line. They got the advantage. The top side is not organized at all as they head down the super stretch.
Yeah, for sure, Jared. We did talk about that inside line being key, but did you see that run the outside had, though, and just took the lead away from the inside line? I'm telling you, that's what you got to do if you want to win this race. You know the leader's not going to give up that bottom, Jared. They got to make something happen, and we're already seeing some 3 wide, 3 rows back in the back of the field. How about this for some racing? A little contact there. Can they hold it? Yeah, looks like they can hold it.
And somebody that we should keep an eye on that's back here right now is Joseph Lombard. This guy is amazing at these plate tracks. He loves to get up towards the front, fight his way up. Right now, he's stuck. He's about the 2nd to last car, 3rd to last car now on the bottom line. So it's going to be really interesting to see who he decides to work with and if he can work his way up to the front. But again, long way to go, long way to go. We're still in stage 1, but don't be surprised if he's back here for now. But towards the end of the race or the end of even the stage, he's back up front.
Talked about Joseph Lombard, N2SE4R, very well-known YouTuber and a well-known force in the garages with his awesome media reporting as well. But you know him, man. He loves to be a competitive racer. He loves to get out there and compete against Core and some iRacing leagues as well, and he's definitely going to be a factor by the time this thing is over with.
Joe, look who's back in the top 10. Chase Durham in the 1 car. He was in the first accident of the race. There wasn't a caution for that one because he was the only car in it, but he's back in the top 10. He's right at the back of this front pack.
And actually right in front of him is Blue Jimmy and the 46 car battling Raw Gator, man. He's someone who's right there being consistent up there in that top 10 as the single file choo-choo train is happening again. Although IDK Player looks like he got a little shuffled there, but it looks like they're starting to ease up a little bit here.
A lot of these guys are in parties together, so they're talking to each other, having a strategy that they want to get accomplished during this race. So don't be surprised if some guys, they're going to want to look up top, but they're not working with whoever is in front of them or behind them, so they can't do it. But when you got guys that are working together, I believe Eric Estep is working with Black Flags Matter. I think that Jonathan Ramos, IDK Player, and N2SC4R, I think they're all in the party together as YouTubers. So if they all get around each other, don't be surprised if they leave a few people out to dry.
Running on board here with Eric Estep sitting in the 4th spot. You know, Jared, we got actually a move for the lead here, possibly. MDK and Eric Estep going to the top with a battle of the lead. And look no further. IDK Player trying to do something, but they're gonna need more cars. Yep, here it comes. Here comes that outside line.
Again, they're 2x2x2, but it looks like that top side is the most put together right now. As long as they can hold lines, as long as they don't all jump out 3 wide, they should get the lead here, but it's starting to break up towards the back, and people don't realize how important the back of the pack really is when it comes to those front cars. Yeah, you see the front cars on TV, you see the ones on the screen, but the guys in the back of the bottom line, they stayed more together, and it's really proving as now the front 5 have single file breaking away.
You just talked about, Jared, just like that, when that momentum breaks. Look, as we're riding on board with Groovy Nation falling to the back as they just get there in single file. They were up to about 2nd, 3rd place there, now back to about 11th and 12th.
Chase Durham is now up to 4th in that one car, and behind him, we got Smoke Carbon, Nicholas Throckmorton. He is up in 5th. He's someone who puts on a lot of races like this as well, really big in the community, and he really deserves a spotlight because he's also a really good racer at these tracks. A lot of these guys really specialize with these tracks and are really good here. He's jumping up to the top for 4th. He's got Joseph Lombard and Jet Kraus behind him.
Apologies for the small technical issue on the top of the screen. It should go away in just a second. But yeah, we did talk about Smoke Carbon there in that number 8 car, and I'll be honest, I'm probably rooting for the guy, not gonna lie. You know, I may not have a little bit of favoritism towards that paint scheme he's running right there. But you did talk about Smoke Carbon, someone who does put a lot of time into the events he puts on. He puts some big events on. I've been fortunate enough to be a part of a few of them as well. Easily you can find him Smoke Carbon 13, I believe, on YouTube. As you see, I think it's the same as his gamer tag as well. But he's just I think he's just kind of sitting in the back there, riding solo there behind What Incarnation, the memester himself, as it's kind of slowing down right now. These guys aren't really making any moves, and they're just kind of waiting for that one guy to pop out and make that aggressive move, Jarrett.
I think the big question a lot of them have, and I think you might be able to answer better than I can, Joe, is like, how much do we have to go in this stage? Because a lot of these guys might just be playing it safe till the end of the stage, race it out so that they can then be put in a good position for the second stage of this race.
Well, Jared, for sure right now, since it is on normal tires and fuel, these guys can definitely make it to the end of the stage. It's all about just kind of getting with your people, getting stuff figured out. But hey, don't look now. Look behind that number 1 car. See that 00 Matthew Billingsley with that huge push, that huge line coming up? Don't be shocked if they get a huge run on the outside here in about another lap or 2. We'll keep an eye on that because that is bound to be a really good battle.
10 or so cars against 4, it's just the numbers show what's going to happen here. They're going to get a run. It's a matter of if they use it, and it looks like they are. They're jumping up to the high side right now back there. That 00 car is beside the 1 car as they're going into turn 1.
There's Eric Estep. He's trying something with Matthew Billingsley and Black Flags Matter on that top row, but it looks like they may just need a few more cars up there, Jared, to make that push. But it looks like the people up there, they're trying to get it. But no, Mike Bross is going to go right back to the bottom and go to the inside and get that track position. Not really a bad move, though, for Mike. I mean, you kind of want to get that track position, but, man, it's showing you right there, Jarrett. You've got to have those people helping you on the outside.
Early in the race, Darrell Waltrip would always say, like, the first 5 laps, you know if you can win the race. A lot of these guys know they can win the race. Now, the rest of the time until about 20, 30 to go is figuring out who's going to go with you and who's going to leave you out to dry. Right now, I think that's what these guys that were building something on the top were learning, that they know now which guys are going to just go with them and then leave them out to dry the moment that their line stalls out. So that's something, this is just a learning phase right now in this first and second stage. The last stage is where they're going to take all this stuff that they're learning and basically put it to the test. See who has learned the most, who knows the draft the best and who can make it work with the most people.
Riding on board with Slade Gravy here, Pro League driver for Wood Brothers Gaming, as he leads this race. I think by now, this point, Jared, looks like he's led the most laps. Do you think they're just kind of sitting behind him, or do you think that 21 spin machine is pretty fast?
I think right now it's a mix of both. I think a lot of these guys really just wanting to play it safe. I think these front four guys are, but I can tell you the guy going for fourth who was in fifth, Darian Gilliam, he's not playing it safe. He wants to go to the lead. He is leading that group of cars behind him up. He is just moved up to the fifth position, and he was almost in fourth, but luckily for Chase Durham, he managed to get ahead of him. But he's jumping up top, and he's going to be left out to dry too. I can tell you from being in these races, jumping up top, wanting to get help, it is so infuriating when you get that run, you go up, you can pass a car on your own if you get a good enough run, but if nobody goes with you and you drop right to the back, you have to start that process all over again, and it is so annoying and infuriating when you know that you are faster than these guys in the draft.
Gonna give you a little bit of a lap update here. 21 laps to go in stage number 1. Slade Gravitt is your leader. We're gonna go to a quick break, but don't you worry, guys. We got side-by-side coverage for you as you hear from the partners that have helped us put this event together. We'll be right back in about a minute.
Hey there, do you like two salty posters dumping on everything that is sports? Yeah? Then you need to subscribe to The Dumpster Fire, a weekly show featuring urinating tree and 5 Points vids. Every Tuesday, 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. The Dumpster Fire. Let's point and laugh at sports.
You should have fired Bill O'Brien.
Hey everybody, make sure to watch the NASCAR Weekly Podcast this Wednesday on Black Flags Matters channel. We'll have special guest Sam Meyer on, so be sure to watch.
Hi, I'm Dallin Hart Jr. As busy as I am, I'm all the time forgetting to change my air filters. And that can drive up my energy bill, and it can wreck my HVAC system. But now I have FilterTime, a box of brand new filters that get shipped right to my front door automatically, reminding me to change them. It's the same price as the store, there's no contract, no fees, and shipping is always free. So give yourself one less thing to worry about. And go to FilterTime.com today.
Back to you from Talladega. Slade Gravitt still leading, but hey, we just came back in time. Cody Workman looking to make a move on that 21 car. How about that, Jarrett?
And look who's behind him. Chase Durham, the guy we had been saying was going to jump up top. Darian Gilliam's behind him. And Joseph Lombard is starting to get a bit of a run up towards the back bumper of Darian. The guys who are the most aggressive are the ones who are going to be jumping up to the top side. But again, it's not together. But you look back there, you got 3 YouTubers together that are in this line as well. So the alliances are starting to come together towards the end of this stage. But again, they haven't got it put together. Slade continues to lead. He's just holding it steady, and that's the big thing right now. You have to hold it steady to stay up towards the front.
You know, Jared, we're looking at Scout Bonk right now in that 00 car, and Scout Bonk, people know him as the fastest Canadian in the racing world right now on NASCAR. He is a Season 2 hopeful after his preseason for the NASCAR Heat Pro League. He won Mid-Ohio. He won his second race. He couldn't make the race 3. He had some illness going on, but looks like he's back in contention as he's riding that inside line, staying in contention up here at the front.
He's starting to fall back a little bit. That top side has the most cars, and they're the most organized. Here they come right to the front again. And we were talking about, you get that top side, as Slade goes up to block, he misses the block, and on the bottom side, he's going to get split. He might just go straight to the back now. Oh, Darian in the wall.
Oh, yeah, Darian, hard contact
again.
There.
No
he's going to get
caution.
shuffled back right there.
They're 3 wide now, up towards the front. This is going to open the door for a lot of these guys in the second pack. They're going to go right past Darian. He's going to fall right to the back. But look up front. Right here, we have Nathan Scott. He's going for the lead. He's right beside Raw Gator. Eric Eastep behind Gator. Slade and Workman now are behind Nathan, but it looks like Gator has a nose, but really you're going to see here through the tri-oval, through the corners in the tri-oval, you get a really good run on the high side, and you're going to see it here, I think. Ooh, that was really close. I don't know who led that lap from my view, but it's looking like Nathan Scott's going to pull ahead right now, and you've got a group of about 7 or 8 cars who are single file, and they are coming right now. So don't look now, but they will be there, and the end of the stage might see it. 17, 18 cars that are going to be up front trying to go for the stage win. Still staying there, man. They're still staying. They are not going away up top. Slade looking low. Nathan Scott goes down a little lower to block him. They're keeping it together. Right now, Gator has a nose in the lead right now. Joe, what do you think? Do you think the top line is going to just keep adding cars and prevail, or do you think this new group that has just caught back up is going to help that bottom line succeed?
Well, I'll tell you what, 2x2 right now, that inside line is always going to prevail, but I'm looking at that number 2 car up there. He is just trying to make something happen. You might as well just test the stuff out now, Jared. You want to make sure that you can get stuff going as they're 2x2. Look at the advantage the outside line got there, though. It's Slade Grada pushing that number 2. New leader at Talladega. It is that number 2 car with Slade Grada going right back to the bottom, just ditching Cody Workman.
Now that top side, it's really fell apart. I think you're going to see a little bit of lull in the action, the calm before the storm, and then there's going to be another run to the high side, really. I mean, it takes a lap or two to get ready. That's the thing that a lot of people are like, oh, just jump to the top and you're good to go. You have to time out when you go to the top, who you go to the top with. As I see IDK player I'm following here, he tried to go to the top, didn't work, nothing happened, has to go right back down to the bottom. Joseph Lombard looking up top. He's behind Eric. And again, you got 3 YouTubers. You got 4 YouTubers, actually. Raw Gator, Eric Eastep, Joseph Lombard, and Jonathan Ramos. Now, if those 4 can time it out right, they can probably slingshot past those front 2 guys. But it's just, with this game, if you go up top, somebody's going to fill a void, or you're going to fill a void up top. They're trying. It's not a lack of effort. But those front 3 right now are really just trying to keep it clean. Eric doesn't, I don't think, know which lane he wants to go to right now.
Look at that 3x3 racing. Black flags matter right there. Did he advance his position? I'm not sure. Yeah, it looks like he's giving up the position, guys. But, man, tough call right there. But look at this crazy racing.
4 wide.
Yeah, 4 wide back there. Matthews, Billingsley, IDK player Cody Workman. And that's not even for a top 5, Jared.
Oh, but I think these guys back here know that if they can't get something set up in time, they're not going to be able to get back up to the front at the end of this stage. I can't see how many laps are left from my end. That's not coming up, but I can definitely see that the intensity is picking up. You don't even have to have any meter or metric to tell you that. And look at back in the pack a little, right near IDK player, right behind, or right in front of, I should say, Cody Workman. What incarnation? I believe he's the youngest guy in the field, but he has a knack for drafting. People like to go with him because he is a very, very, very good pusher when it comes to these plate tracks.
Taking a look at what incarnation and then that Lightning McQueen Inspire 95 car. Is he just going to kind of go to the back here, take a little break, just kind of ease on down as Blue Jimmy Fan is there with him too. That's another guy, Blue Jimmy Fan, very devoted YouTuber, doing everything he can to entertain people. He's got some New York colors in the spite of COVID-19 lately. He's got some amazing
Joseph's
colors.
under the line.
Yeah, Joseph under the line right there. Some crazy racing. We must be getting closer to the end of the stage.
Oh, Joseph. Did he save it? Oh my gosh, how did he come back up onto the track, onto the banking, and not take out the field there? They're a little more spread out, as you can see. Joseph, I think, right now just needs to find a place, keep it calm, and just ride it out until we can get some drafting help behind him. You see there's, for the most part, single file. Carnation right now trying to help out Cody Workman, but 2 cars against what looks to be well over a dozen is not going to do it. And we have a lot of new players up front, Joe.
Lots of new players up there indeed. Raw Gator in second, the number 2 car leading. Rusty Walrus, the People's Champ in 3rd place. IDK player in 4th, and that's Oak 32 Assassin, who runs in the Carnation Cup, sitting in P5 right now.
Again, this is just what we love about Super Speedway racing. As the number 24 goes up to the top, Jet leaves him out to dry. He's rather be drafting with IDK player, and Slade is right behind him. Rusty up there. These are, again, people who had alliances, who are wanting to draft with each other. It's really showing right now, because if you're not part of that group, unless you're in the back and you're following them, you're going to get left out of the group. It's just sort of like being in high school. You're going to be left away from the cool kids table. if you're not involved with what they're doing.
Gonna give you a lap update here as we are now at 10 laps to go in stage 1. As right now, I think these guys are gonna take it a little easy right now. Never mind. As I speak differently, you got some guys shuffling there. IDK player maybe looking to take it 3 wide. Rusty Walrus on the bottom, but no, they got that 3 wide away. Little contact there with IDK. Now to MDK. Rusty Walrus in the 48. Little contact, but they save it, and we keep on racing.
I was watching IDK players view from the helicopter cam right above his car, and what almost looked like there was a little tiny lag spike. It slowed that bottom line up, and then people just had to disperse into different directions, make sure that they didn't crash. Now it's back organized again. Didn't look like too many people got left out to dry, and they're just sort of, again, I think we're going to see another calm here, maybe a lap or two, but don't be surprised. I see that there's actually a bunch of the YouTuber gang back there. Joseph, Eric, Jet, and Darian. I wouldn't be surprised if they try and make a run to the top. They're trying, but it's just they aren't timing it right. That's another thing. They're just not timing these runs right as they go into the corner. They're trying to stay together, but one goes to the top, and then it's that split second where you get that draft on the bottom line when your friend goes up high. You're going to hook them if you go up high, and then that's just going to slow everybody down.
Again, just gotta say thank you to all the people that are watching so far. We are seeing one incredible race going on right now. As you see here, some of the YouTubers, some of the Pro League guys up here battling for that lead, with Nathan Scott still leading this race as we are approaching. I believe we are at 8 laps to go in stage number 1 of the FilterTime Bash. Raw Gator sitting in 2nd, Slade Graven in 3rd, Mike Bras sitting in 4th, and that's Rusty Walrus sitting in the 5th spot in the top 5.
Darian just had a lot of contact, it looked like, with Scout. He was trying to get back down low. Scout was not budging, and he's going to fall 2 more spots. He's now behind Jet. I'm just watching from his view behind the car, and these guys are just holding their line right now. They're being patient. That's the thing with a lot of these guys, and a lot of the guys you'll see go to the front in these races. As Slade is up top right now, he's got RPM behind him, but I don't think anyone's going with them. They're falling back. Rusty's falling back. Gator's down onto the apron. They're heading into 1. Whoa!
Whoa, yeah, big trouble there. 1, 2, 3 cars, 4 cars, and the caution is
it looked
out.
Like 2 on this stage.
What was that, Jarrett?
Do we have to go in this stage?
I think we're gonna have a little overtime here, maybe in this. Let's get a recap here and see how many laps left. We are gonna be at about 4 or 5 laps to go. Once this caution is over, they are putting their adjustments in. I'm telling you right now, no fuel, just tires. That's going to be the call right here, Jarrett.
I have to say that how hard do you race in this stage here at the end of it? How hard do you really want to race it? That's my question.
I think honestly right now, Jarrett, it's all about bragging rights. It's all about the bragging rights. That's what's going to happen right here as we're getting ready for the restart. As we're going to go to the front of the field here.
Who is leading us to the front here and to the green?
As we're getting to it right now, it's Nathan Scott. And we are back underway at Talladega.
Jet didn't go, and Rusty is all by himself on the high side. He's trying to squeeze them down there, but they're 3 wide back there. There's no help. The bottom line is the line to go in.
Sitting at 4 laps to go as they head out of turn number 2. Nathan Scott is still your leader here in the stage. But I'm telling you, Jarrett, things are going to get a little crazy here as we are approaching the end of it. 4 laps to go, heading down the back straightaway. Matthew Billingsley sitting in 2nd. Black Flags Matter in 3rd. Raw Gator in 4th. And Rusty Walrus in 5th. Ooh, a little bit of a lag issue there. Stumbled the field a little bit. Joseph Lombard pushes Rusty. But it looks like they're gonna keep it clean.
Rusty just showed why you need somebody that is really good with you to work on your back bumper. Why you need somebody to really just be your support right here. I think he's fallen to the back. He's on the apron. He's spinning through the trial grass.
Rusty is going to hit the wall, and, man, he'll be back in this thing. But, man, tough break for the end of stage 1 for Rusty Walrus right there.
That started at the restart. When the top line didn't go behind him, he had no help. He fell back into that mess. Now you look at these guys that are up front. They can choose what lane they want to be in. Those top 3 guys, top 4 or 5 actually, they were the guys who really got the good jump on the restart. They were the guys who had people behind them and restarted in the right spot. They're the ones who are going to be up front dueling for the end of the stage. Meanwhile, Rusty is really just left behind until we get to stage 2.
Looks like we're going to be
Oh, the 22 in the wall.
Oh, yeah, 21 in the wall. Hard crash. One,
We're
two, three,
crashing.
4 cars involved. That is probably going to bring out a caution, and it does. The caution is out. Oh, boy.
And they were in the wrong place. They just, whether it was restarting in a bad spot, maybe choosing the wrong line, but you look at these guys in the front 3 or 4, they were the ones who restarted in the right line, had people behind them to help them, and made the right choices in lane choice. And that's the big thing. A lot of it is up to chance, but a lot of it you can control your own destiny here. You just need to play it smart, play it patiently, and some of these guys maybe, you know, maybe not even not playing it smart or not even not being patient, but they're in the wrong place at the wrong time because they're not doing as good as these other guys are. They're not drafting as well. So it's unfortunate.
Take a look at your screen right here in stage 1. We are going to have 2 laps to go here in stage number 1. When they go back green here, these guys are putting in their last few adjustments right there. I saw the 2 car have a few little lag spikes right there and whatnot. So, yeah, I don't know what's going to happen here. We'll see.
I think some people stayed out. There's shuffling here because Darian and Joseph and Nathan Scott, they were all towards front. Darian almost looked like lagged, or he fell asleep. Good thing there wasn't a crash started there.
I think one car got it. I think one car did have an issue back there, but we still keep it green. 2 laps to go in stage number 1.
Look at that, the 3 pushing the Intimidator scheme to the front. Mike RPM, Mike Brass, that is up front, but nope. Cody's going to leave him out to dry. He's got Chase Durham behind him, and Gator is spinning towards the back, but never mind. They're racing up towards the front. Side by side.
2 by 2 in the turn number 3. Cody Workman in the 3 and Mike Bros in the 88. 2 iconic numbers here at Talladega as we are coming to 1 lap to go in stage number 1. It feels like the end of the race here. 2 by 2 battling for this thing. Some Pro League guys pushing each other on the bottom. Content creators pushing each other on the top. That is what you love to see here, Jared, as the white flag is now out for stage number 1. Still 2 by 2.
What Mike wants is he wants just enough of an advantage over Cody, but I don't think he wants Slade to get clear, because when Slade gets clear, he now has the entire track to choose from to make a pass. They go up to the high side, block that good run. But again, you go into the corner, you could have somebody dive down below you, and before you can even make a move, they're past you. But they're right around the high side. I mean, they have such a push on the high side as they come over into the tri-oval with the final lap of this stage. Anyone going to make a move, you think?
Not sure. Looks like they're holding that top. They're going to keep it down there just a little bit as they head to the checkered flag here. I believe that is it, if I'm not mistaken. No, I think... Wait, hold up. Oh, this might actually be the last lap. I apologize. I believe we thought it was going to be 2 laps to go there, depending on the amount of laps left. Or maybe that was the end of the stage? Was that the end of the stage maybe already? Like, was that caution the end of the stage?
It might have been. The game is, it's not telling us right now.
Yep, apologies for that, guys. This is stage 2 already. Apologies. We do not have a lap counter officially, so please be nice.
Is anyone surprised, though, that the 88 is leading the line on the high side and is really stringing out the field right now? Is anyone at all surprised by this?
Not surprised at all.
Watching any plate race from 2014 to 2017 at this point, the 88 really just leading. Mike is really, and everyone behind Mike, doing a really good job keeping it right up next to the wall. And this is what the guy in third, Cody Workman, he wanted to do this the entire race if he could. He wanted to stay up top. This is where he feels most comfortable, as there's somebody spinning, or at least got shuffled out towards the back there. And this front line, they're going to fly away at this point, because these guys are racing 2 and 3 wide in the second pack. They're not trying to work together. They're not catching their draft at all.
Well,
these guys up front, I think they want to keep it this way.
Well, Jared, when I did say I was hoping this race... Oh, a little lag trouble right there. Matthew Billingsley in the 00. Gets a little bit of a lag issue there with the number 2 of Nathan Cross, and now he goes to the back. Now Joseph Lombard, IDK player, have to work their way back up to that front pack.
They'll be back. There's plenty of time for them to be back. But that's something that really can break up that top line and bring the rest of the pack to them. But they're not. The backpack right now, they're still trying 2 by 2, 3 wide, pushing people to the apron, and these guys are just going to run away with it if those guys back there can't get it all put together.
You know, Jerry, when I did talk about Talladega being, hopefully it can be a realistic night tonight, I wasn't expecting these guys to do choo-choo train on the top side. They're really trying to give us a show right now in the realism of NASCAR. But you're seeing some moves now. Joseph Lombard, an IDK player, they're going to that bottom. They don't want to ride the top. They're like, no, we want to go to the lead.
They didn't time it again. I feel like a broken record here with timing. Timing is everything at these tracks. If these guys can get a good run, I do think 2 cars can make a really good push. And from there, those front 5 guys then have to choose. Do you stick with your guy or do you take the hot hand at that moment? But Joseph sitting in 6th, IDK sitting in 7th. These guys, I think, just need to take it easy a little bit. You got that pack back there that are trying to get it single file. They mostly are, but IDK jumping down low again. And Cody's jumping down low, but he's going to think better of it, go back to the top side. They're looking for that opportunity, but it's not open yet. These guys up front are really, really good at this game, at this track, and they don't make many mistakes. So when one of them does, you will see all these guys jump on them like a pack of wolves.
You know, Jared, we did talk about Slade Graven earlier today, and we're gonna learn a little bit more about Slade here. You know, Slade, he's a NASCAR Pro League driver, and he's made his mark here in the past year or so. And let's take a look at Slade real quick. It is no surprise at all that Slade Graven runs here very well, and just in general, as you look at his stats here from last year in the NASCAR Pro League, 12 starts, 2 wins, and half of those races, he finished in the top 5.
He's a very smart racer, and there's, again, no surprise whatsoever that he's in the top 5 and going to be a threat to win this thing.
And the other guy he's pushing right there, Mike Bross in the 88, Pro League driver for Richard Petty Motorsports last year, as he's driving that iconic 88. Well, I'd say duo iconic. He's got the 88 number of Dale Earnhardt Jr., the Black Intimidator scheme that Dale Earnhardt made famous here at Talladega and throughout his entire career. So you got 2 Pro League guys in 1 and 2. You got a Pro League capable driver in 3rd, another guy in 4th. Then you got another name that we haven't really mentioned about, Jarrett, who's riding up there near the front. Does anybody know Corey Rothgabe? That's Pennzoil from Team Penske last year in the Pro League. He's been really quiet this race, and now he's sitting here as he hit the wall a little bit there, had a little bit checkup, but he's running up there with the lead pack.
Joseph Lombard trying to make something happen with that. He capitalizes, jumps up to 5th, and if you've noticed now there's only 6 cars, it's because IDK player, he fell off the draft here, he might have scraped the wall a little bit. Now he is leading that second pack, that second line of cars. Joseph now goes to the back of this line again. He's just been dropped back to 6th. But now you have basically 6 drivers up there. Now, Corey was trying, I could see, to just sort of hold back and get a run. But Joseph, again, jumps up high, and nobody's going to go with him. I think right now what's best for Joseph and Corey is both of them just keep it easy. Just take it easy all together, and then wait for that moment to strike. Wait for one of these guys to get impatient and want to jump up, and when they do, jump up with them.
Currently sitting at 45 laps to go in stage number 2. Mike Bross is your leader, along with Slade Graven sitting in 2nd. We're going to take a look at some of these guys back here. Here's Acceptness in the number 32 Scooby-Doo car, one of the more likable paint schemes from the NASCAR Heat fan base, as he's looking to make some moves on the outside. I mean, heck, might as well, right? You already lost the lead pack. Make some moves. Get up there as he's looking to pass Eric Estep.
I'm looking back here. You got IDK player. Black Flags Matter is back here. I believe Matthew Billingsley is back here too. Carnation. And I see that there's one guy up top. He's trying to make something happen. That is Gavin Neutron. But unfortunately, no one's going with him. What this pack should be doing is just hold it down on the bottom. Everyone get right up with each other and try and draft back up to that pack. But these guys are just wanting to race really for 7th. That's what they're doing. They're just racing for 7th now. They're not racing to win at this point. They're falling further and further back, If I were them, I would try and just see who is fastest pushing, who's fastest leading, and see if they can make some kind of run up to the top rather than fall back to the third pack, which is about half a lap down at this point.
I'll tell you what, Jared, it is definitely a tricky way how to learn how to be a successful plate racer. But you know what else is tricky? Trivia. That is right. We are doing a NASCAR Heat 4 giveaway. Thank you to the people at Motorsport and NASCAR Heat for allowing us to give away 2 copies of NASCAR Heat 4 today. And the way we are doing this is trivia. So this is how it's going to go. We will put a trivia question up on the chat, and all you have to do is answer in the comments below. A random winner will be selected at the end of the presentation. We will pick a winner here as we're looking through the comments. We'll let you know at the end of the race who wins. And if you are the winner, all you have to do is send me a DM through Twitter. Show me a screenshot of you being that YouTube person in the chat when you put your answer in, and we will get you that code. So without further ado, Jared, let's go ahead and get to the first question of our trivia, as let's get to the lead pack here and see what's going on. Mike Ross is still your leader here at Talladega. Here comes question number 1 for tonight's giveaway.
Who was the last first-time winner at the Talladega Superspeedway? So leave it in the chat, and we'll pick a random commenter, and we'll let you know at the end of the show who won the contest here. Really quick, while we're waiting on that, I did notice that 3 guys at the end of that second pack got into each other. One of them, the worst affected, was Jake Baskinger. It looked like a little bit of a lag spike, but he has lost touch with that second pack. So too has Gavin Neutron.
Yep, definitely want to avoid the contact, what there and what not. Still Mike Ross leading. Looks like it's a 6-car train right now, just kind of easing on through. They're definitely going to have to pit and get fuel in tires. We will have pit stops. Again, one last time, your question for the NASCAR Heat Trivia. We will pick a random winner in the comments. I'm sure Jarrett's already looking and deciding right now and looking at some YouTuber names up there. Who was the last first-time winner at the Talladega Superspeedway? Put your answers in the comments and follow the steps there. Take a screenshot of your answer, and if you are chosen, send it to me through Twitter, and we'll get you that code.
And it's completely random at this point. There's like 3 different ways that we're going about this. Have the chat, all the people with the correct answers, and then we're going from there. So yeah, be sure, keep it in there. And I'm following Jake right now. He's now back to the 3rd pack, led by Jet and Blue Jimmy. There's 5 cars in this one right now, and someone who was leading a lot of this race is actually right in front of Jake right now, and that would be Nathan Scott, BKR, in the 2 car. He fell way back. I don't know exactly what happened to him, but just a little bit of bad luck. But luckily, they have the end of the stage. They can get back up there, but they just got to play it smart, and they're catching up right now. There's 5 of them catching up right now to Gavin Neutron in the 6 car. So keep an eye on these guys. They might just be playing it safe. They might have had a little bad luck, but right now they're about the safest place on the track.
Some of the bigger names in this pack we're following right here: Matthew Billingsley, Black Flags Matter, IDK player, Eric Estep. And then you got Super Squad there in that 51 car, who one of the YouTubers who's relatively quiet, but he is making a name for himself, as he looks like he's just kind of taking it easy. Looks like he's just kind of following that pack, taking his time. We're not even in the final stage yet, so there is still plenty of racing to go for these guys in the back.
And someone who's way in the back and reaching the front is Smoke Carbon. He is now about to go a lap down in that 8 machine. He's running right around the high side, giving the front guys, the leaders, a lot of room. But unfortunately, he'll be the first one to fall a lap down tonight.
Tough break for the number 8 car of Smoke Carbon, but fortunately it looks like there is no other lap traffic ahead of these guys for at least for a little while, so hopefully he can get with the draft here, stay with these guys. Oh, I would have came down a little bit sooner than that if I was that number 8 car. He may not even have enough to keep up with those guys right now.
See, that's what he would have wanted, because you can get the lucky dog with a caution with the end of a stage, but if these guys lap somebody else and that person immediately goes right back down to the bottom, right there, that completely takes him out of that. He'd have to either get a wave around or wait for another caution, more than likely. So I'm surprised that he didn't jump down there and jump on and hook onto the bottom line, because it looks like they're about to maybe a half straightaway behind Raw Gator, and he is somebody who's not going to be falling asleep with that. So that might be something to look at. If there's not a caution, and it doesn't look like there's going to be in the next couple laps, he might have a very long race ahead of him if they race clean to the end of the stage.
Riding on board with Blue Jimmy fan Brandon Ponetto, who was in the NASCAR Heat 10K All-Star race, and he got a top 10. He got some money in that bank account from that solid run he had right there. He has shown that he can definitely race with the bigger guys up there, running some special New York colors in the wake of the illness that is spreading across the world right now. Definitely thinking of all those affected by COVID-19. And he is riding special New York colors. He lives in New York. Our thoughts and prayers are with all of those that are dealing with COVID-19 at this moment. But we're here to put some fun into everyone's lives and give them some entertainment. It's been quite a show so far, Jarrett.
It really has. And I'm telling you, he is somebody who he'll be there at the end. He's very smart with it. I wouldn't even be surprised if he had a little bit of a tangle with some guys and decide, hey, it's better if I stay back here for now. He's very smart with his strategies, with who he drafts with. And right back to the front right now, they're putting Raw Gator a lap down. He's a lap down now, and he's behind Joseph Lombard now. He's stuck to the back of that pack. He's about a car length between him and Joseph. Joseph goes up to the top side, but it's exactly what Smoke Carbon did not want to happen, because they don't have anyone for another half lap.
And that A car is now not the lucky dog. Put Raw Gator as a lucky dog. And really, it looks like Raw Gator will probably be that lucky dog. If you're in that draft on that inside line and whatnot, it's really hard for the lat down car to find a hole there to get in front of you if you're stuck behind that 82 bumper. So Raw Gator's definitely in a good position here. Stay in the draft, pit with these guys, and you'll probably get your lap back.
Oh, Joe, what this kind of reminds me of is the dual races this year. It was almost like a light switch went off for those races, and it's kind of what's happened here, except in the inverse. Started out really crazy, everyone trying to figure out what they can do, who they can go with, and what they really got for the race. Now they're calm with it. Before, in the dual races this past year, people were really calm to start with, just take care of their stuff and then sort of find out who they need to go with. This front pack right now, they know what they got, they know who they have to work with, and right now they're about a full straightaway away from that second group. If it goes green, it's going to have to do with pit stops, but two, have to do with whether somebody in this group just wants to pull out and try and get the stage win.
Running on board there with Cody Workman, the number 3 car, someone who's relatively a favorite for this event. He's right up there in about the top 5 nearly the whole entire event. I think our winners, we still got a long way to go, Jared, but it definitely looks like the lead pack here has been relatively the fastest guys out there today. They've been the smartest guys as well, making the moves at the right time. I wouldn't be surprised if our winner came from this pack right here.
I wouldn't either, and I just want to address the chat really quick. We do have a pick for who's won the contest, but you have to tune in all the way through. At the end of the show, we'll announce it. But we do have somebody who we've picked for that, so keep tuning in.
Definitely, for sure. You don't want to miss out your chance on winning a copy of NASCAR Heat 4. Make sure to smash that like button, too, if you haven't yet. It seems like we have a fantastic turnout for the first ever FilterTime Bash. Again, thank you to all of the partners who have contributed to be part of this incredible event. FilterTime, NASCAR Heat, and the Talladega Superspeedway as well for helping promote this event.
I think we can get a lap check here for everybody watching, as I see that Joseph, it doesn't matter if it's the first lap or the last lap, Joseph is definitely going to be trying to go towards the front. He's trying to find a way around, but what's the lap check at right now?
Currently right now we are at 33 laps to go here at stage number 2 as they get through turns number 3 and 4, coming to 32 laps to go. Mike Ross is still your leader here at Talladega. This is definitely a different tone, Jared, from what we saw in stage 1. We saw 2-3 wide racing, but due to some little 1-2 car incidents and some checking up, these guys have lost each other. So we've definitely reached that point of the race where it's kind of eased down a little bit. You're just kind of making it to that stage 3, putting yourself in a good position. You don't want to be in the back of the field because things can get really crazy near the end.
See, there's a little bit of drama, though, that I think is brewing, because another car that they're coming up on right now is another lap car, and that being Rusty Walrus. Now, it's not much drama for those guys up front right now. Rusty will probably get out of the way. That's, he's a good, respectful racer, but you got Raw Gator up there. It's going to become a race for the lucky dog in this stage. And Joseph just moved the 22 up the track. Joseph now moved up to 5th. Looks like Rusty's going to the high side. He's going to let this pack by, but there's going to be a lot of drama here towards the second half of this stage. Who gets that lucky dog, and who's going to be mired a lap down as we head into the final stage of the race?
We're going to keep an eye on this battle right here because it is definitely interesting. Will Rusty Walrus get a chance to get in front of Raw Gator? Oh, he moves up. A little challenge right there. Mike Bross was going to go high, but Rusty did not. He went a little too late. That was almost a shuffle. Oh, Joseph Lombard. And Rusty's around. And Joseph Lombard and Raw Gator are also involved. Raw Gator still spinning. Caution is out. The caution is out. Oh,
and
wow.
This changes everything.
Now,
they can make it to the end on fuel.
Jarrett, here's the thing, though. Who was ahead of who when the caution came out? Was it Rusty or Raw Gator?
I don't know. It looked like Raw Gator had spun ahead of him, but I don't know. That's the thing. It looks like Rusty, under the caution, was placed ahead of Gator. But I don't know who it was. We're going to find out here. We'll find out. We'll see. They'll be at the tail end of the field. I will find, I'll go through. I'll find Rusty or Gator, whichever one, and I'll see. And we'll find out.
Definitely a tough break there. Not what Mike and these guys wanted to see. They probably wanted to get to the end of the stage here and just kind of ease this thing through. But we're about to go green flag racing again here. As now your leader is Matthew Billingsley in the 00 car. So what did that 00 do? But we might answer that question later. Green flag is back out as Matthew Billingsley and Slade Craven are taking the lead.
I think Raw Gator got the lucky dog. He's the last car in the pack on the restart here. So usually the lucky dog is at the tail end of the longest line. So I think he's back on the lead lap. Now, something that I want to talk a little bit here is you see these guys going up and down, up and down, up and down on these restarts. It's a little bit of what we like to call as the weeble wobble, where these guys, it's very uneven and uneasy on these restarts. So once you get out of 1 and 2, you should be good to go as they're racing for the lead up front, Joe.
Racing for the lead indeed, and we still don't know who the leader is because these guys are going 2 by 2 and they are running all over the track trying to get every track position possible. But I think that outside group is going to get the advantage. More cars there. Put the 21 car of Slade Gravett back up front. He has been up there this whole entire time. Mike Bross has now moved back. That's crazy. This is crazy.
Slade and Workman are a potent pair. I can tell you what, they've been working together all race. Really, a lot of these guys up front. These front four have been working together a lot during the race. There goes Eric Estep, the Groovy Gang. He's trying to make something happen on the bottom with IDK player, but it's just not materializing. Oh, a little bit of contact.
Little contact there in the back of the field, but it looks like the field's going to keep it safe for now. But the further back you go, the more crazy it's going to get. 2 by 2 near the back of the field. The inside line is trying to get something going with Super Squad, a.k.a. Israel Perez, leading that bottom line.
Right here, what I'm thinking is if these guys are up front towards the end of the race, this here is a strategy that they can pull. If they can go single file, high side, lead the entire field up there, they don't have to worry about anyone going against them unless it's one of themselves, which the 22 here is going down low. He's got 3 guys together, I should say.
Oh, 3 wide back here. Man, I would not be doing this if I'm back there. I'd be getting single file and pushing each other crazy just to get back into this thing. But, hey, let's go back to the front. 2 by 2. Look at Corey Rothgate on the bottom. Oh, a little lag again. I don't know if Matthew hit the wall or the 3 had a little bit of lag, but huge push here for Corey Rothgate on the bottom. These two are buddies, Corey and Slade. Now they're battling side by side for the lead as they head into the tri-oval. But right now the advantage goes to Slade, but this lap may go to the 22.
And it looks like the bottom line is a lot more even. They've got more cars that are getting in there, and it's looking like they have got the advantage right now. The 24 jumps up high. The 2 jumps down low. There's just a lot of switching towards the back of these lines, but the front of these lines, they're staying together.
Staying together for sure. Now Corey Rothgate goes to the top, and now IDK player putting food on the table, and he might be putting the lead on the table as he is looking for the lead on the bottom of the 22, but he's going to have to get some more people because, maybe not. Maybe there's some extra horsepower under that hood because now I believe IDK player is your leader.
I'm IDK right now. I love that the 32 pushed me up, but if I'm clearing the top side like he just did, I would have jumped up, blocked him, try and at least stay up there. It looks like the 22 is going to lead that lap as those 2 on the bottom. It's just not going to happen for very long against 7 cars on the high side.
On the top, you see them riding that top, getting that huge run off the corner exit. That is Corey Rothgate, Pro League driver for Penske in Season 1. Chase Durham in second. Slade Grava in third. And then you got IDK players sitting in the fourth spot. Cody Worm, but not anymore. That outside is just plugging and chugging there.
Looks like Eric Estep now is jumping down low. He's going to try and make something happen down there, but nobody went with him. Absolutely no one went with him. He had the run. He had to do something with it, but it just didn't materialize, and now that top side is really closing up. Looks like IDK player left a hole for him, and now they're... how many cars would you say that is? Maybe 7 or 8, maybe 9 cars up at the top side now? But don't look now. That second pack is coming back to the front.
Hey, look what's happening up there. IDK player and Groovy Nation. They went out of the lane, pushed each other as hard as they could, but you just can't do it with 2 cars, Jared. Oh, a little contact there with the 2 and the 20. They save it, though, but you've got to get more cars, Jared, if you want to get that run.
Oh, more cars are on the way. The cavalry is on the way with Jet leading them in the 48 car. He's going to be on the bottom. These guys are 2 by 2. They're dicing it up here, and that second group for the first time all race is really the most well put together group.
They're coming, and man, I'm telling you what, that car leading that pack right now is the 48 of NBK Racing. Mr. Graphics Designer himself is showing that he is a race car driver right now as he is leading this pack to the front. And they just caught Eric hugely. Oh, contact! Eric just did not get out of the way. But
there's such a run built up. I think Eric thought he had enough room, he had enough time, but he did not. They are just absolutely cruising to the front right now. Meanwhile, the front is going 3, 2, 3, 4 wide up there for not even the lead, just 3rd, 4th, and 5th. They're not organized at all. They're trying to make stuff happen, and that's going to open the door for Jet and all of these guys back here to get right back up to the leaders.
Get ready for some action-packed racing here at Talladega as the bottom is trying to get to that lead pack. They got to keep pushing like they were another lap or so ago because it was working. You got NBK Racing, Black Flags Matter, Raw Gator, Jake Baskinger, Blue Jimmy Fan, those front 5 cars pushing. Then you got number 6. Then you got the 51 of Israel Perez. All these guys are running in the background now, making a huge charge up to the front.
And it looks like the 51 of Perez just moved Neutron up the track. They have got Smoke Carbon now with this group. I believe Smoke Carbon is still a lap down unless everybody pitted. He might have taken the wave around, but I doubt it. But they're there. They are in the draft of the 00. They have the run. They have the advantage. It's not going to be a lap or 2 more before they are right there dicing it up with these guys in the front.
Still side by side. They are weaving everywhere back there, trying to get any momentum possible. If I'm that line right now, I try to migrate to the top, get Matthew Billingsley up there in that 00. Oh, contact! IDK player hits the wall and saves it. Good save by IDK player right there, but now look at the move by the 32 car as he goes to the inside to pass the number 2, and I believe that is Mike Bross, who was leading earlier. Now he's looking to get himself into this incredible racing up here.
IDK all by himself is going for the lead. Now he has the 32 behind him. They were working together earlier. There's a little contact. They can't make it happen, but what an impressive show of strength right there for Jonathan Ramos. He just got the run, went down low, and passed 3 cars and was side by side with the leader. Now he jumps back in line in 4th. He is showing right now that he is a threat to win this thing. So keep an eye out for that IDK Ford. He'll be up there when we have the last couple of laps going down to this stage and this race.
IDK.
Oh, a car down on the bottom just nailed the wall. I think that's Gavin Neutron.
Yeah, that's the 6 back there, Gavin Neutron. He hit the wall, but it started to calm down a little bit up here at the front. IDK had such a good run. Hey, but look at that number 2. He's using that side draft move. He got the side draft on the number 21 of Slade Graven. Now he's looking for the lead, but he's got no help. He needs people to go down there with him, Jared.
Might not have help, but he has company because that second group is there. They are absolutely there. They're about side by side right now with Anthony Trippi. They've got the draft now of IDK. This is a much, much bigger pack up here now. We've went from maybe 7 or 8 cars dicing it up for the lead. Now we're probably sitting here at about 13 or 14 guys in this main pack, including some really heavy hitters.
I believe, Jared, there is a common phrase that Mike Joy and Larry Mack would say if someone came out of nowhere. What would that phrase be?
Where did he come from?
Exactly. Where did the group come from? Because they just came out of nowhere. And I'm noticing there's some names that were in that group that are not there anymore. So maybe they got in a little bit of some scuffling when they were getting up there. I don't see MDK anymore, but hey, look who's sitting there in the 6th position. That's Black Flags Matter. Just not like 5-6 laps ago, he was back there in about 18th, 19th place.
It looked, oh, but don't look. He opened the door down low, came back down. The 32 got a huge run on him through the corner, and now it looks like Jonathan Ramos in the 12, Anthony Trippi in the 32, those two really have a good working relationship right now in this race. They're trying to stick together. They're the ones who seem to be the most aggressive, trying to make the most things happen. But it looks like everyone sort of is just lining up, calming down, going to make another run at this in a couple laps here.
Yeah, we talked about Blue Jimmy earlier, Jared, and you said that he would be there. Hey, look where he is now. As look at these virtual fans are cheering, man. This is some crazy racing here at the virtual Talladega Superspeedway. They're single file now, but I'm telling you what, it's going to get dicey here in a few laps.
And I'm just shuffling back here through, and yeah, that is Raw Gator, the lucky dog. He's up in the top 10 now. He's right up there, right behind, looks like Slade and Anthony. He's right behind them. So maybe 10, 15 laps ago, he was also ran in this race. A lap down, just trying to stay with that backpack, hoping for some good luck and a caution. Well, he was part of the caution. He got it. He's back in the lead lap, and now he is up there, dicing it up with the front pack.
And there's Rawgator right now. Still your leader is Corey Rothgate, who is holding a fine lead over Chase Durham as they're just holding that bottom line. Waiting to make a move here at the end of the stage 2. Jared, do you think anyone's going to make a move?
Yeah, definitely. They've played it too safe during this. There's a lot of pent-up aggression that is just waiting to spill out. There goes Slade Gravett to the top side. He's going to try and jump up and do something with IDK player. No, he's going to go 3 wide through the middle. Woo! But it's not going to do anything. All it does is just slow everybody down. IDK is going to go all the way to the back of this group. He's going to have to regroup and see if he can work together. His buddy Anthony Trippi is back there. He's got a car between them, but they're back there. Maybe they can mount a charge here at the end. But I think we're going to see some 2 and 3 wide racing. How many laps do we have to go in this stage?
We are coming now to, I believe this is going to be 13 laps to go in the stage. I will give you guys here an update in just a second to make sure. It's 13 or 14 laps to go. And they're single file. Slade in the 32, trying to make a move up there. Just trying to figure some stuff out. I'll let you know here in just a second how many laps left we have. 14. We are at 14 laps to go currently. 14.
And unless he's pitting, I think What Incarnation is out of this thing. He's
yeah,
sitting on pit road right
they
now.
They opened the hood on that 95 car, and there was just too many memes under that hood, Jared. Not enough humor to keep that car rolling. Tough break for the 95. Oh, contact!
Darian
Mike
down into the
Ross
back.
in the 25 contact, and that puts Darian Gill in the wall. He saved it, though. I don't think he hit the cone. I think he's going to be okay. Yep, he's still going. He's still going.
Managed to save it, but he is going to be just nowhere to be found when it comes to deciding this stage. Unless there's a caution. Again, unless there's a caution, that would change everything. But it's looking like right now Darian is not going to be seen again towards the front until the final stage of this race. Right now, it's the 22 up front. He is just leading this train, but I can tell you there are some guys who are peeking out, seeing what the guys around them want to do. But I think right now they're going to play it patient with these last 13, 14 laps, and they're going to see if they can just mount up some charge towards the end here. Now, I think they're ways ahead, but entering turn 1 right now, there is some lap traffic. I'm going to shuffle through, see who we got here, but that's something else that we need to keep and address. But another thing we should address is that IDK player, he's all by himself right now. He got shuffled out, through a lot of that dicing it up, so he's another major player that will not be deciding the second stage without a caution.
12 laps remaining here as we are approaching 11 to go in stage 2. We're going to be right back. We're going to go to side-by-side coverage and get a quick word from our supporting partners for the FilterTime Bash. We will be right back.
Hey there, do you like two salty posters dumping on everything that is sports? Yeah? Then you need to subscribe to The Dumpster Fire, a weekly show featuring urinating tree and 5 Points vids. Every Tuesday, 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. The Dumpster Fire. Let's point and laugh at sports.
You should have fired Bill O'Brien.
Hey everybody, make sure to watch a NASCAR Weekly podcast this Wednesday on Black Flags Matters channel. We'll have special guest Sam Meyer on, so be sure to watch.
Hi, I'm Dallin Hart Jr. As busy as I am, I'm all the time forgetting to change my air filters. And that can drive up my energy bill, and it can wreck my HVAC system. But now I have FilterTime, a box of brand new filters that get shipped right to my front door automatically, reminding me to change them. It's the same price as the store, there's no contract, no fees, and shipping is always free. So give yourself one less thing to worry about. And go to FilterTime.com today.
Back in action here at the Talladega Superspeedway. Thank you for our side-by-side coverage with our supporting partners as Corey Rothgate still leading. And Jarrett, we're starting to see some shuffling there in that front pack there. They're looking to make some moves possibly before the stage is over.
The guy who just made a move, Cody Workman, I was watching him under this commercial break. What he was doing, he was testing. He was testing how fast he could get a run through the corner. And I would see he would drag the brake a little bit. And then he'd get this big run on the 51, but he wouldn't do anything with it. He's trying to do something with it now. He's got Slade Gravett behind him. He's got Anthony Trippi behind Slade, but 3 cars just, it's not going to cut it, even for great drafters like these guys. So you might not see anything happen now, but towards the end of the race, if he's sitting there in around 3rd or 4th and you see that 3 car start to back off, he might have a big plan in mind. So keep an eye on that 3 car though for the rest of the stage. He's just testing right now. And that's the scary thing. He's up front, outrunning a good amount of this field, and he's not even taking it, maybe even 70% serious right now. He's just drafting. That's all he's doing. There he goes. He's making another gap between him and the 32 or the 51, whichever one is the guy on the bottom line. And he's going to try again, see if some more people will go with him.
Starting to see some shuffling like you talked about, Jared. 3 wide back there as Cody Workman and Slade Gravett are trying to make the top work. Here comes the outside line. They're going to try something as the laps are winding down. They've learned these practice races, Jared, you got to do something sooner than the last lap. You have to do something in order to make something happen. And you see Mike, I think he's kind of sacrificing it right now. He wants to go to the top and go with this outside line and make something happen.
Oh, he went to the top, but in doing so, he went to the back. And that really broke up that top line a lot. Cody left out to dry here, it looks like, but Slade is going to let him in. And they're, again, going to reload here and try and make another run. But I think those front 3 or 4, maybe even 5 guys, they should really just play it safe because there's not enough guys who are wanting to be aggressive towards the back. Play it safe to the last 2 or 3 laps and then try and make your move. And yes, Carnation did confirm that he had engine problems and would not be able to return to this race. So that's a bummer. The Meme King himself could not make it to the end of this race, but just like with anybody else, the show has to go on.
Hey, let's give a shout out.
He's 3 wide.
Yeah, 3 wide so far. But hey, look at Mr. Neutron here in the 6 car. Now he's in the top 10 after being shuffled back quite a few times. Or is he a lap down?
They just slapped him under nonstop coverage. But I believe he's the lucky dog. And that's really good for him. He's just sticking with this pack. He's probably just, maybe wanting to put some good faith with him in the front drafters right now and see if he can show some people that he's a good pusher or he's a good puller, just somebody who can help you get to the front at the end of this race. So, there's a lot of games that you can play with this within the race itself.
And you see the move there by Cody Workman and Slade Gravett because that's what the reason why they're making that move. It's 5 laps to go in stage number 2 as they cross the line right now. Here comes 2, 3 Pro League capable drivers. No, Rodgator goes right to the bottom. He ditches the 21 and the 3 to go back to the bottom.
Almost thinking, we talked about this when we were watching some of those practice races, is that with the 21 and 3, if they were working together, you almost have to gang up on them. Purposely work together to leave them out, make sure that they can't get to the front, because if they're up front, they will control the race. I mean, he's in the 3-car. It might be an Austin Dillon scheme, but he races like an Earnhardt at this track. He wants to control the draft, control the lanes, and just basically go back and forth. If they have people on the top, he can just go up to the top. People come on the bottom, he can drift down on the bottom. That is something that Cody is really, really good at this track. And so it's going to take a team effort with everybody that isn't working with Cody to keep him back, because this guy can really do it on his own if he has the right circumstances.
Following alongside here with Cody Workman, that number 3 car. We're following him because he's been the most aggressive guy here these last few laps of the stage, and we're watching him because I think, Jared, we're going to see that car make that first big move, and there you see him. He's going up with the 2 car.
And if you look behind him, nobody went with him, but Gavin Neutron trying to make something happen. Those 2 or 3 cars are managing to make a little ground, hold their own, but they got 4 now, but it's just not enough. It's not enough right now, and they're going to fall right back. Looks like Slade is back there, and he's not going to let Cody in. So Cody is going to go almost all the way to the back of this pack and have to try and regroup again. Joe, how many laps do we have left of this thing? Because there can't be that many in this stage.
Nope, they are at 3 laps to go right now in the back straightaway. They're coming to 2 laps to go here. Still a little single file here, but I'm telling you, we're watching that 3, that 21, that 88, because I'm telling you, you see the 88, you see him fading off a little bit. I think he's backing off with these guys to get a huge run and make that outside line happen.
Now Raw Gator's doing the same, but there's too much of a gap. But he is going to be, he's just a lame duck in that line right now. They're going to go up to the top, but they didn't keep it together. They're going to pass Gator. Looks like Blue Jimmy is backing up to Gator, but there's just not enough energy built up in that top line. And they're going to all try and fall back in line and see if they can reorganize something in these last 2 laps.
2 laps to go here in Stage 2 at Talladega Superspeedway. We've seen some great racing so far for the end of the stage. A caution brought out the end of Stage 1 last time, but it looks like we're going to go green here for the final, for Stage 2. So I'm kind of wondering who's going to make that move work? We've seen Cody try it. We've seen the 2 of Nathan try it. Is Raw Gator going to be it? Because it looks like he's kind of giving some room. He's just kind of giving some room behind Blue Jimmy, and yep, there's Raw Gator.
There he
goes. He's going to try, but nobody goes with him.
There he goes, and there he goes, right to the back. There's nobody that's really leaving anything, and there's nowhere to go when nobody goes with you. So the 85 being shuffled back. 22 is the lead, but there's a little bit of gap between the 22 and the 1. The 1 has a 00 right behind him. Blue Jimmy right behind him. I wouldn't be surprised if Chase... Well, I wouldn't be surprised if Chase made a move. I am surprised he's not making a move.
Hey, Jared, take a look at this. There's 2 lab cars coming up, and that's not good for Neutron. Are they going to get up to them in time?
Ooh, I don't know. I don't think they will. This front pack has really separated a lot, and they only have they're not gonna. Neutron's gonna get lucky here. They're making the move.
By the 00. 3 wide for Stage 2, and who is gonna get it? I don't know. I don't know. I think 00 got it. 00. I think the 00 got it. Matthew Billingsley photo finish for stage number 2. Wow.
Why?
Where did he come from?
I don't know. I don't know where he came from.
What was that?
That was
one
incredible.
Of the biggest runs I have ever seen.
Again, he was just being patient. We had said earlier not to wait till the last lap, but it looks like we just got proven wrong.
I think we did. I think they're trying to make us look like bad broadcasters, Jared.
Well, luckily, and I think one person that's most happy that was the last lap of the stage was Gavin Neutron, because they were coming up on the 46 and Joseph Lombard. So Zach Curtis, Joseph Lombard, they'll be on the tail end of the lead lap. They'll race their way back around and be right back in contention, and so will Gavin Neutron as we go back to green here.
Going back green here for the final stage of the FilterTime Bash here at Talladega. Chase in the number 1 car with the lead. Green flag is out, and Jarrett, I think you know what it's time for.
It's time to crank it up, isn't it?
It's time to crank it up here at Talladega. And we're back after that. Crank it up. You always love to hear the sound of engines, even though they are virtual, Jarrett.
They're engines. I need something during this time where we can't have any sports, and this is about the best you can get. Now they've lined it up right now, looking like they're playing it a bit safe, and it looked like they said and it looks like the chat was right. The one was the one who actually did win that stage. Just looked different on different screens, I guess. So, Joe, what would you do in this situation? As it looks like some people are getting a little shuffled out right now, but they're playing it safe. Do you play it safe right now, or do you want to try and get up to the front if you're behind these front 2 or 3?
Oh, you want to play it safe for sure right now, Jared. I'm telling you, when there's still 80-something laps to go in this race. I mean, you can't win the race at a plate track. I mean, to me, honestly, you can't make a move to win a plate race until maybe 5 or 10 to go. Because there's still plenty of racing. You saw that huge run.
Those on the bottom.
Oh, they are going crazy back there. I don't know. Maybe some of them aren't listening to me. Maybe they're just kind of going for those spots right now. But like I said, I would take it easy right now. Stay single file. Kind of run your race. If someone messes up, take the spot if you need to do it. But there's no need to go crazy right now. Hey, look, battle for the lead right here. Cody Workman going to the top of the number 1 car. Ooh, we got Jake Bassinger in the grass in the trioval. We stay green, though. Put the number 3 of Cody Workman to the lead here at Talladega.
Oh, and Gator went up the track. Got into some guys that were 3-4 wide for a moment. But how fitting is it, again, that the 3 car is pushed to the front by the Intimidator scheme in the 88. So 3 and 88 up front. Those Talladega virtual fans had to be virtually happy. And there's just 2 guys getting shuffled to the back, Nathan Scott and Slade Gravett. So those 2, some heavy hitters there, getting shuffled back out of the top 10. But like you said, long way to go. A lot of laps to go. And they'll get it, they'll get back together and back up to the front.
Oh, without a doubt. And we talked about it earlier, Jared. It's no surprise that Cody Workman is up here doing his thing. And, we mentioned Cody Workman before, Jared, on how he's made his mark, I think. He's done his thing to where he's shown that he's a pro league capable driver. And even though he wasn't in the showcase races in season 2, he took a little bit of a break to kind of step away, do his thing, and look, he's back better than ever. Look at him leading this race. He's been arguably the fastest car today as well. Let's take a look at Cody Workman here. He really is. And when we talk about Cody, we always talk about how he always says, you're not going to pass me. You're not going to pass me with that bottom of the yellow line at all. And went black screen there for a second. But, hey, I think we are back now. Yep, we're good to go. Sorry about that. The video was a little bit shorter than I thought. But, hey, hang on. We had some contact back there with the 51 car of Israel Perez and the 6. But it looks like they're going to keep it straight. Looks like they're still going to be in that draft. Oh, hang on to it, guys. Hang on to it. Still got a long way to go. Now, Jarrett, we're watching something right now. That 59 car, is he back on the lead lap?
He might be. I know that Rusty, whether he's a lap down or not, he wants to be towards the front. That way he has the best possible chance. If he's a lap down, doesn't have to worry about it. If he's not a lap, if he's a lap down, doesn't have to worry about the lucky dog. If he's not a lap down, he's up there racing for the lead. Now, you were saying these guys probably didn't fall away from the draft. Someone I noticed who did, though, was Blue Jimmy fan. He got involved in that scuffle, and now he's all by himself down the backstretch.
Rusty Wallace losing more spots. He's 3 wide. Now he goes back behind that 32 car. He's going to fall back in line, and you got a second line being led by Slade Gravett, who was leading a good portion of this race earlier.
2 really good drafting partners, really good friends off the track. Darian Gilliam, a.k.a. Black Flags Matter, an IDK player, the man putting food on the table. They are nose to tail right now, but they just hooked each other. IDK went down on the apron, but they save it. They're still, nose to tail right now. They still can draft with each other. But that's the thing, is that if somebody opens the door, if you don't get off the gas or just ride the brake a little bit, you're right there, your nose is underneath them. And then with that double yellow line rule, the person doesn't realize you're there. They push you down onto the apron. And a lot of times that can spin people out. They'll hit the apron going into the corner, and they're at the mercy of wherever their car goes.
Talked about IDK player, definitely one of the most energetic YouTubers in the community, and looks like he's definitely an aggressive guy. Ooh, little swirly right there, trying to get back in line. There's gonna be some checks up here in the tri-oval because when you got all that bumping, oh, hard contact. Corey Rothgate spitting out of the tri-oval. Another car hard into the wall on the inside.
That would be
of there.
Zach Curtis.
And that is a caution. The caution is now out. Oh, man, Jared, we've said it before. Cautions will bring cautions.
Oh, yes, they do. And that's kind of disconcerting because the amount of drama, the amount of tension as we get towards the end of the race is only going to rise. These guys are only going to make more and more erratic decisions. You know, we might be like an NBA game where the first, 2/3 of it really, really quick. That last third, though, might take forever. We might have a lot of timeouts towards the end of this thing. Or, we never know. There's a lot of times where Talladega races where a caution comes out and people realize, oh crap, I gotta make sure that I am racing well, I'm racing respectfully, and they might take it easy after this. But more than likely, knowing these guys, how they've raced all race, they're probably not going to be taking it too easy. And Darian Gilliam, aka Black Flags Matter, is the leader with IDK beside him as they come back to the green.
Coming back to the green flag, and we are back underway, and it's already nearly getting 3 wide as Eric Estep popped his nose right there under IDK, but now they're pushing. Big restart, though, by the 12 of IDK player. Now he is your leader. More contact, though.
Looking right there, it looked like, because again, the bottom line is the best line. It looked like everyone got really backed up. Did Darian, he might have laid on the brake a little bit, let his buddy IDK in, let his fellow podcast host Eric Estep in, but now the YouTubers are 1, 2, 3 down the backstretch.
Nope,
but
nope. I think he might have missed a gear maybe because he is trying to get around his co-host Eric Estep for second place.
I can hear him now. The Groovy Gang really getting up on their feet. Eric Estep up to second. He is YouTube-wise and probably social media-wise the most popular driver in this field right now. So there's a lot of people around the country, maybe even around the world, who really want Eric to get up to the lead. Darian's trying to stop that, it seems like, going underneath him a lot, but Eric is really holding his own. But look now, Darian and Jet, and there's a crash back there. There's actually a crash while I'm saying that. I don't know if it's one car, if it's a caution or not, another car on the wall.
MDK hard in the wall, 1, 2, 3.
Joseph hits the bottom hard.
As they're still trying to get their cars around, Jake Baskinger involved.
Caution's out.
Back out
Cautions
at
breed
Talladega.
caution.
Cautions bring cautions, Jared. We talked about this, and that is not what IDK player wanted to see, as he looked like he was starting to pull away with that lead pack up there.
Do you think it might be lag? I noticed in the chat, Raw Gator gave us an update that there's a little bit of lagging back there. Man, I don't know. That could be it. Maybe that's why there's a little bit more crashing. You go this far into a race, your internet's getting tested to the max with all these other guys with you and a broadcast. So that's something you have to keep an eye on too. If somebody is lagging a lot, that person's probably going to get shuffled out because no one's going to want to sit behind somebody who is just a wreck waiting to happen.
Absolutely. Now back to the restart. IDK player is your leader along with Ruby Gang. On the outside, Eric Estep, as the green flag is back out again.
Right now, we're going to find out, it's almost a team order. You got Eric up top. He's got Workman right behind him. So you can't, if you're going to let, nope, they're not going to let him in. And I really wouldn't blame them because, again, if you let Workman up there, he's probably going to get around whoever's second. He's probably going to take the lead, and then he's going to want to control this race. And, again, they got to gang up on him. That high side starting to fall back. The first 2 have gotten clear, the 2 YouTubers. Now Slade trying to get clear, the 32 looking under him as they head down the backstretch.
Following along with Joseph Lombard here on the inside. He's been relatively quiet during this race, but he's had his moments where he's been up there in the top dozen or so, sitting on that inside line. We talked about him, Jared. He's definitely going to be someone you want to keep an eye out for in this race when it comes to the end.
Got a 2-car tandem towards the front, but the 32 and the 21 going up high, the 22
here
behind them. Joseph Lombard coming back. He's going to give some support to the bottom line, but it looks like that high side is the hot hand.
IDK player trying to get a side draft 3 wide in right here as Richmond Esports 4 wide back here. Joseph Lombard holding it on. MDK to the bottom. They are sliding for every position, Jared. This is great racing.
While we were talking about that, Anthony Trippi just went down to the bottom. He's got IDK and Darian behind him, and he's went out to the lead. He's cleared him. Now IDK is going to clear the high side, and Darian's looking to clear them as they head into 3.
New leader here at Talladega. It's that number 32 car. You may know that name as Acceptness if you're on social media. Now he's at the front of this field. Could be a surprise winner in this thing.
Could be, but there's a lot of time to go. There's, Jet on the bottom. He just got pushed down to the bottom under the apron. There's a lot of contact back here. I'm riding around with Mike RPM, and they're 3 wide up there in front of him. It's absolute madhouse to try and get to the bottom. Anthony is pulling away a little bit towards the lead, but Darian starting to make up some ground on him. It's just, again, it's a roulette wheel almost at the front.
Wow.
Now Darian's got Joseph behind him. Eric in the wall. Eric's in the wall. He comes back down into the pack. And I think they're going to no, they're crashing.
Jake Bassinger in the wall. Matthew Billingsley around with Neutron. The caution flies out. Did you guys see Cody Workman and Joseph Lombard hitting each other right there? I don't know if that was a lag issue, but did Workman get a little mad with Lombard right there?
I can tell you that Workman, if he's mad at you, he'll let you know. He won't crash you, but he'll let you know. He'll give you a little bit of a door rubbing, and so that might have been it. Maybe it just looked a little different on our screen, but man, they're really dicing it up. Joe, how many laps do we got to go in this thing?
Well, when we crossed the line right there, we had 57 laps to go. So when they go back green, it should be 55 or 54 laps to go. We'll keep you guys updated here in regards to how many laps we have left in this race. Right now, 57 laps, and we'll see if we have 55 or 54 to go. We are almost there, and we are about to do our second question for a NASCAR Heat 4 giveaway once we go back green. So don't go anywhere. Your second opportunity to win a copy of NASCAR Heat 4 is just around the corner. The restart is happening right now. That 32 car seems to be in the lead with Black Flags Matter in second. And we are about to go back green flag racing, and we do with the number 32 colorful Scooby-Doo machine in the lead.
There's a lot of heavy hitters towards the back right now. They're going to have to try and work their way back up after that caution.
I'm telling you, Jarrett, we talked about cautions will bring more cautions. They are beating them, banging over here. 4 wide, I saw for a moment there. Still 4 wide with the number 1 and the 21 of Slade. Graven slicing and dicing up at the front for every single position.
They're 3 by 3 by 3 right now.
This is insane racing. 4 wide as they head into turn number 3. The outside trying.
5 wide.
This is crazy. Wide. Trouble in the back again. Smoke Carbon
crash.
in the 6. Crashing. Jake Baskinger barrel rolling. The caution is out again. And that is not good at all.
Gate car flipping at Talladega before?
Sorry, I just had a technical thing right there that we were looking at, but caution out again. Big trouble in the back. Jake Baskinger flipping, and now we have the 32 car, still your leader, as we have 53 laps to go. When we go back green, we should be at around 51 to 50 laps back of racing to go here at the Talladega Superspeedway.
You know what? I've noticed he was in a caution earlier, but MDK, now with the 3rd car on that bottom line, Joseph Lombard up top. And again, it's like Cody can't catch a break, man. He is always that 2nd car on the high side.
Can't catch a break at all, but hey, it's not over until it's over. Back green here. We'll give you a lap update here in just a second. 50 laps to go at Talladega for the FilterTime Bash.
Jimmy, he's up there, the 4th car on the bottom. He was in a wreck earlier. Now he's back up into the top 5, side by side with Joseph Lombard as they head down the super stretch.
We talked about Jake Bassinger earlier, who's just had a rough time. He's sitting back there. I think right now he's telling himself, all right, that's it. I'm sitting back here until 10 laps to go probably, because this is insane.
Arian is peaking low. He's in 2nd right now. He's got Jet behind him, Blue Jimmy in 4th, and then behind them in 5th, Matthew Billingsley, Scout. He is in the 00 in 5th. But it's looking like right now Anthony Trippi has the race in control in the 32 Scooby-Doo machine. He's going to lead another lap. And there's a lot of aggression back in the pack, but they're really still trying to sort it out, single file. They'll probably take it easy for a little bit, and then some people will march and try and make a march up to the front, probably on the high side.
I'm telling you what, Jared, Darian is being aggressive right now. I think he feels more comfortable being in the lead. He won the core race here last season as well with, of course, me pushing him. Just couldn't get around the guy, and he had to take that win away from me. But he's got a lot of confidence, Jared, and he is showing it right now.
Just waiting for Anthony to make a mistake. He's got Scooby and Shaggy staring him down at the back. Oh, he's right on that yellow line. No, he's going to get the door shut on him.
Wait, yeah,
and that's
door
going to back
shut.
up everybody.
Wow, what an aggressive block by the 32 car. And we still have 48 laps to go in this race.
You see, it's like almost a rubber band. You stretch it out and everything comes back together. But right there's a breaking point in the line. And Mike Brass and Rusty Walrus both had runs. They had to move up to the high side. And the 46 is into the wall in the back. There's a little contact between him and Jake Baskinger. He saved it, but he has completely lost connection with this front draft right now. Another car falling off the main draft.
Tough break for the 46 there. He's definitely going to need a caution, but we know, Jared, there's probably going to be a caution by the end of this thing with how these guys are racing. And Darian is trying everything he can to make a move on this 32, but he's just not getting the run.
Just towards the back. Some of these guys falling back. I think it's a little bit of jitteriness with lag a little bit maybe. But I've noticed there's a bit of a gap here in the first group. It's still one big group, but there is a gap. So I'm wondering if maybe these guys are going to try and work together, get a run down the back stretch maybe, or just try and stay in line. But Cody is looking around. He's looking to make a move, and the 2 car makes a move instead as, again, they're stacking up in the draft.
Oh, the 32 hits the 25. He looked, and he put him a little under that yellow line. Eric Estep gets shuffled out now on the outside. That puts Cody Workman up a spot. I'm telling you, Darian's not going to wait that much.
Run.
He's going to wait. He's gonna do everything he can. He does not like getting pushed like that, and he's trying, but he just gets shoved down there again.
Protecting the bottom right now is the name of the game. I see that down the front stretch into the corners, a lot of these guys are almost just riding 2 wheels under the yellow line, not to pass anyone, but really just to make sure no one gets under him. Unfortunately, Blue Jimmy, he managed to get back in line in 4th, but he opened the door, and that 00 almost filled the hole there.
Definitely almost filled the gap for sure. And guys, we already asked one question for you for the NASCAR Heat giveaway. This is your second and final opportunity to win a copy of NASCAR Heat 4. If you weren't here for the first time, this is how it will go. You will see a trivia question pop up on the screen. In the comments below, put your answer. And we got some people watching who will take a screenshot of a random winner. And if you want to make sure to win, make sure you take a screenshot or show me your YouTube username. And if you are selected at the end of the race, DM me on Twitter with proof that it was you with that answer. And we will go ahead and give you your copy of NASCAR Heat 4. So here's trivia question number 2 for the race. And we will let it transition right now for you guys.
All right, is it up on screen yet? Right?
Now it is.
All right. So, who was the last driver in the Cup Series, I remind you, to sweep the season at Talladega?
So who was the last driver to sweep the season at Talladega? Definitely a question that you got to think a little bit more, Jared. In my mind, I don't think that's been the past 2 years or so. You got to go back a little bit.
This hasn't even been the past decade, if I remember right.
Woo! You got to go back a little bit longer and think about that one. So again, one more time, your final attempt to win a copy of NASCAR Heat 4. Who was the last driver to sweep the season at Talladega?
And while the answers are filing in, some of our people who going through the different ways that they choose, they'll choose who is the winner of this one. And again, at the end of the broadcast, after the race, we'll let you know who's going to be there and getting that copy. And while we were talking about that, the 25 just took the lead. Darian's in the lead.
Darian to the lead. Well, we chose the wrong time to do a question, didn't we, Jared? Move the 25 up to the lead. Black Flags Matter, who loves plate racing, is now back up front.
All right, and I'm watching, and they're peaking. That's the thing. They're peaking. The problem is I see a lot of these guys, some of them are aggressive. They're staying on the bottom. They're not wanting to open the door up for anyone. The only problem is some of these guys, Well, the problem is for these guys I'm about to talk about, they're leaving the door open. They're leaving half a lane on the bottom. And if you can get a little bit of your nose there and loosen them up and out of the way, you're going to get shuffled back. And I know Blue Jimmy's been doing that a lot. He's been leaving the bottom open in the corners and off of the corners as well and down the straightaways. If he keeps doing that and the guy behind him gets a good run, whoever it may be at any time, they're going to shuffle him out.
Oh, they'll shuffle him out for sure. This is the time to go. And wow, you see a little bit of a shuffle right there. Hard contact for Cody Workman. Workman under the track. Is he going to save it? Yes. What a save by Cody Workman. I don't think he's out of it yet. There's still 2 cars there that he can draft with, but they're going to have something to happen if he wants to get back in contention.
Oh, no, he's falling way behind Jake Baskinger. If he can stick with him, there might be enough of a chance that those guys that Jake in the 24 can catch back up, but I don't know, that 3 car is starting to look a lot smaller in Jake's rearview mirror, so Cody might have just lost the draft with that move right there. A lot of aggression as we get towards the end of this race.
Might have lost it for sure, and hey, don't look now, Groovy Nation. Here comes Eric Estep in P4, Joseph Lombard in 5th, IDK player in 3rd, Blue Jimmy fan in 2nd, and in 1st place, it's Black Flags Matter. Oh, Mike Bross is around! Mike Bross around!
The 24's in him. Jake's into it.
I don't know if a caution is out. Yes, caution is out. The caution is out.
That is a huge, huge break for Cody Workman right there. He had just lost the draft completely, and now he's going to be caught back up. These guys are probably going to pit. You know, make it. How many laps do we have to go? I know we're outside the fuel window, I believe, but we're still close enough that, you know, when you have to make that final stop, it'll be a lot shorter of a pit stop.
Currently right now, Jared, there are 41 laps to go. With fuel in the car, you will get 38 laps of fuel. So these guys will not be able to make it even if they go full can here. So this is going to be nuts, man. This is going to be nuts.
Unless there's a few more cautions, because that can save you some gas right there, I believe. And that would be something you could take a gamble on it. You could pit now, and if there's a few cautions, just stay out every time. If not, though, be safer, wait until you're within your window and pit then, because you don't know. We could have 3 or 4 green-white checkers at the end of this race, but right now I believe it's IDK player leading them to the green flag beside MDK, and Slade already going to the top, way to the top.
Back to the lead, and IDK had the lead, but no further. MDK in the 48, where did he come from? Put the 48 machine, oh, they're still scuffling back here.
Mike got into the 6th. They're 4 wide towards the back of the pack, but it doesn't look like a caution came out. Only 1 car incident. But again, Gavin Neutron just can't catch a break on these restarts and with these crashes and contact, because once again, he is out of the draft.
We can't miss this racing up here, though. 2 by 2, 5, 6, 7 rows back. Lombard under the apron, saves it. Rusty Walrus threading the needle to the middle. Now he goes below Cody Workman. Rusty Walrus now battling.
Joseph back up the track.
Joseph back up the track. Big crash. 4 or 5 cars involved, and that is a caution again. Cautions bring cautions. What an aggressive move there, though, by Rusty Walrus. Now Rusty's in the picture here. Look at him up here in the top 5.
I think they might restart with it being Jet and then IDK and Workman and Rusty on the bottom. It looked like they were lined up a bit like that, but again, we'll see how it all levels out. But now there's, what, 38 to go? Are we in that window?
37 I can't talk. 37 laps to go here at Talladega, guys. And if you take full fuel right now at this moment, you will make it to the finish. So, Jarrett, fuel is off the table.
It is, unless we go into overtime. If we go into overtime, all of a sudden fuel starts creeping back into the picture. So I think that it might almost play to have these guys at the back of the lead pack, you know, to be one of them, because then you have the option. You could stay up there and have track position, or pit and have safety and security with your fuel.
Green flag back here at Talladega, and Slade Graven, I believe, with strategy, only took as much fuel as he could to make it. Now he is your leader here at Talladega.
And look who's behind him. His #1 drafting partner, Cody Workman. The 2 most dominant cars are now nose to tail again. They have the 1 car there, but I don't think they're going to pick him up. He's in the wrong lane. They're 3 wide back there already. And it's going to be hard for, if they go green, it's going to be hard for this field to get by those two at the front. Rusty right now might be the race for third, and Rusty's got that right now. But that top side making a bit of a run, but it's not going to work. Oh, there's a little contact between Joseph and Darian back there as they go through 3 and 4.
More contact. They're trying to get things all settled in. Looks like they are trying to get back in file. IDK player now back in contention, following the draft on the inside. He might be looking at the middle. Nope, he goes right back to the bottom. Good move, IDK. Good move.
IDK, you know, he might be really energetic on his streams. He might be an agent of chaos on his streams. But when it comes to racing seriously like this, he is one of the best, especially at Talladega. He's probably going to bide his time, get somebody he's good at drafting with, and see if he can make a run up towards the top. He is someone who is not content whatsoever in trying to just sort of play it safe, stay in the back. So he'll be back up front pretty soon.
Riding on board with your third place runner right now, Rusty Walrus. How about this, Jared? What a comeback. This man was a lap down in stage 2 of all stages. Now in the podium here at Talladega, sitting in the third spot, just pushing the ever
Oh, car on the inside. Car just hit the inside wall in the back. I believe that might be
2, 3, 4.
Jake.
That's a caution. Caution's
a
out
caution.
again. Oh, man, guys, you know cautions are going to bring cautions in this final stage. And right now, if you're Slade, if you're Cody, Rusty up there, you're telling yourself right now, oh, my gosh, you got to be kidding me.
And if, like you said, that last caution brought fuel off the table for a good amount of them, I think it probably brought it off the table for most of them now. And we've entered that part of the plate races where there's just going to be a lot of cautions coming up. These guys are racing really aggressively. There's a lot of guys, there's some guys in this field that are inexperienced, and when they're in the back, they're probably going to get desperate. They're going to try and make erratic moves, try and make really desperate moves, because if you're stuck back there in 14th or 15th, you run so many more risks than if you're in that front 4 or 5. If you're where Rusty is, you're happy. You just want to stay in line. If you're not, then you want to get up where Rusty is, and that's what these guys have in mind as we're about to go back to the green.
Going back, green flag racing here at Talladega, and the green flag is back, waving here for the cars as they go through the start-finish line into turn number 1. Slade Gravett, your leader here. 2 by 2 as they go through 1 and 2. Cody Workman on the top. Rusty Walrus pushing the young kid of Slade Gravett through corners 1 and 2 as the laps are winding down.
Look right now in 4th, Eric Estep. Groovy Gang, get up on your feet. He's back in the top 5 right now. He stayed pretty clean today, out of trouble. And the dominant car right now, Cody Workman, I'm following around with him. He's back, I believe, in 8th, maybe 7th. So he didn't fall too far back, but right after having some good luck and finally being in the preferred lane on the restart, once again, gets put onto the top lane, being 2nd, and he's going to fall back again. But it looks like everyone's minding their P's and Q's towards the front. You know, they're front 12, 13, single file. But that probably
did
won't stay that way
IDK
for
just
long.
spin? Did IDK just spin?
Oh, he got pushed
saved
down
it.
there. He saved it, though.
I don't know if he's going to lose the draft, though. He may have.
He's gonna.
Yeah, he lost the draft, I believe. Now, I don't think cautions are over
Bad.
yet, Jared. So, IDK Nation, don't count yourselves out yet. This thing is not over yet. But if you're a Rusty Walrus fan, an Eric Estep fan, a Blue Jimmy fan, you got to be on your feet right now because these guys are up here. Raw Gator's up there. Slade, the young kid in the Pro League, the #1 pick on PlayStation, leading these experienced YouTubers, showing them around the track.
Here comes Workman. He just got around Super Squad in the 51, Perez. Now he's looking underneath the 22. He's going to go all the way up, probably to 5th now after being shuffled back to 7th, 8th position. Or no, 6th, I should say. He's slowly but surely making his way back up. He's got Mike behind him. He's got his best friend in the practice races behind him. And oh, some contact back there.
Mike Bross in the 88 went under the yellow line. He saved it, though. These guys, it looks like they're still in the lead contention for the draft, so no worries for those guys. Just regroup, get yourself focused, and get back in this thing as the laps are winding down.
And now Cody goes to the outside of Gator. He just let a bunch of cars pass Gator. Maybe 2 Jets trying to force the issue. Nope, only 2 get by Gator there. But now Cody working his way back up again. He's up to, I think a car might have actually got past him there. But still, he's doing everything he can, whether it's on his own. He has Mike behind him helping him. Gator's behind him, Joseph, doing everything he can to aggressively make his way to the front.
26 laps to go here at Talladega. Slade Gravett, the #1 pick from the NASCAR Pro League and PS4, leading the field with Rusty Walrus in second, Blue Jimmy in third, Eric Estep, Groovy Nation in fourth, Corey Rothgave in fifth, Cody Workman in sixth, Mike Bross in seventh, Raw Gator eighth, Joseph Lombard in ninth, and that's Matthew Billingsley who takes the 10th spot away from that one car.
And I just want to update everybody as the front 19 cars pull away. Unfortunately, Smoke Carbon in that bit of melee, he did fall off the draft. He also now is on his own, a little bit ahead of IDK. So what probably is best is that he backs up to IDK and they try and draft with each other. I think Jake Baskinger might have also lost the draft too. I don't see him in any of that group, but I could just be missing him, but I don't see him there. But 19 cars now in this front group. They're mostly single file, but again, that's gonna change as these laps continue to wind down. See, for me, in these kind of races, I don't know about anyone else, but what I like to do is with about 30 to go, if I've been in the back or if I'm just sort of taking it easy, want to get up and start making my way up so that when the last 10 to 15 laps are there, I'm in the top 5 and I am in position to strike. You can't wait with the way that these guys draft. A lot of times single file on the bottom. You can't wait until 15, 10 to go to make your way up like you could on some other games. What you have to do is you have to slowly, methodically pass them one at a time, find some people you draft good with, and then just play your cards right. These guys up front right now, Slade, Rusty, Brandon, Eric, they're doing it right. But now there's a run on the high side, and they're going down into 3. It looks like, yep, of course, Cody is in that as they go into 3.
Right on board with Blue Jimmy, Jared. We talked about him. You did say he will be there at the end no matter what. And Blue Jimmy has shown he is a very solid play racer, Jared. He's shown he can race with Pro League guys, and right now he's showing that he can run.
Crash in the back.
Trouble.
Gator's in it.
Big trouble. Is that the caution? That might be a caution. We're still green. Still green. No caution for that incident. Oh, that is such a tough break, Jared.
Gator was in it. I think Darian was part of it, but he's staying with the group. But yeah, Raw Gator was in it along with 2 or 3 others. Chase Durham was in it in the 1 car, and that just took out a lot of heavy hitters. There's a clear distinction of the different groups now. It looks like Jet in the 48 is sticking with Darian, but 2 of them, it looks like they're starting to fall away from the draft. That's 2 more heavy hitters that are outside of this group now, and we're slowly whittling it down to the contenders at the end of this race.
Things are winding down here at Talladega, and for one more time, we are going to go to side-by-side coverage to make sure our partners for this incredible event give you some incredible content right here. Don't go anywhere. We'll be right back with the finish of the Filter Time Bash.
Hey there, do you like 2 salty posters dumping on everything that is sports? Yeah? Then you need to subscribe to The Dumpster Fire, a weekly show featuring urinating tree and 5 points vids. Every Tuesday, 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. The Dumpster Fire. Let's point and laugh at sports.
You should have fired Bill O'Brien.
Hey everybody, make sure to watch a NASCAR Weekly podcast this Wednesday on Black Flags Matters channel. We'll have special guest Sam Meyer on, so be sure to watch.
Hi, I'm Dallin Hart Jr. As busy as I am, I'm all the time forgetting to change my air filters. And that can drive up my energy bill, and it can wreck my HVAC system. But now I have FilterTime, a box of brand new filters that get shipped right to my front door automatically, reminding me to change them. It's the same price as the store, there's no contract, no fees, and shipping is always free. So give yourself one less thing to worry about. And go to FilterTime.com today.
Back right on time for a restart after a big wreck happened here. and I'm still hearing some audio. 1 second, guys. Sorry about that, a little technical issue there on my part. Thought the commercials were still going, but we are back green here at the FilterTime Bash after a 3-car crash happened in the Tri-Oval. The laps are winding down here. Slade Gravitt leading. Look no further, Jarrett. We mentioned it. Groovy Nation sitting in the 2nd position with Corey Rothgate pushing him in 3rd.
You gotta admit, I have a bit of a smile on my face seeing my co-host up there. Eric has really been just clean. That's what he's been this whole race. He's been clean, hasn't gotten into much trouble. Been really smart, drafted with the right people, and right now he is right up there in the thick of things with under 30 to go right now.
It's actually a little bit under than that, Jared. 17 laps to go here at Talladega. This has flown by, but we have seen some incredible racing as they're still hitting each other. Rusty Walrus on the 24 making contact. Oh, they're shuffling, but somehow they save it. Great save there by Rusty Walrus and the group back there as they are still in contention for this win.
Hey, this guy, he had fallen away from the draft. Both these guys had fallen away from the draft. I thought it was over for them if they went green, but Darian Gilliam, he's up to 5th, and then Jet Cross, he's up to 6th now. These guys right up there. Rusty Walrus now is right behind them. So right now you see these guys are done playing around as Eric looks low. Eric's going for the lead.
Eric Estep going for the lead. Big push by Matthew Billingsley. Groovy Nation on their feet, and the virtual Talladega is going loud and proud. Move the 20 of Eric Estep up to the lead here at Talladega. What a move by the 20 car.
Eric leads them down the backstretch right now. They're starting to go single file. What he needs to do, control the line. Don't let there be a gap between him and 2nd place. Don't let those guys get a run. They're peaking up high, but it's a bit of a bluff. I know from at least experience, a lot of the times, those people that want to hold on the bottom line, what you'll do is you'll go up high. You'll try and see if you can psych them out. Make a bit of a bluff, and then go back down low. Eric is a smart racer, though. He's not going to fall for that as he leads a lap here. And, man, somebody on the apron. I think that's Joseph Lombard. He saved it, though. They're still green. They all saved it. They're still racing as they go out of 2 down the backstretch. Eric's still leading.
This is what the fans love to see. Eric Estep leading the race, and there was more contact down the back straightaway. Rusty Walrus shuffled out of the inside line. He's going to try to find a hole to get back in it. If you're in that lead draft, Jared, there was a little bit of lag right there. There was a little bit of lag. It shuffled them back, but it looks like nobody crashed. So far, they keep it clean. Unbelievable. Great job by everybody there, and they're not done. They have the numbers. They have to draft back up to the front.
That's the thing, though. That is not what Eric wanted to see, because now you have Slade. He's the first guy in that group, so if he wants to, he's got a huge run right here. He's got some cars behind him. If he wants to, he can make a charge to the front.
Oh, right there, you saw what happened. Eric Estep hit that apron a bit, checked up the inside line. Here comes the kid, Slade Graven with Corey Rothgate on the top in the 24. Matthew Billingsley moves up to the outside with the outside road Slade. Slade takes it 3 wide down the back straightaway. 3 wide for the lead as they head into turn number 3. Move the kid up to the lead. What a move by the 21 of Slade Graven as now he takes the lead at the FilterTime Bash.
Contact between 22 and the 20 of Eric Estep right now. If you're Slade, do you go down and try and cut off? And there's a crash. Raw Gator's around.
Raw Gator around with the 32, the 82 of Joseph Lombard. And that will bring the caution out.
Who is second? That's the big question. Is it Eric that's second, or is it Corey Rothgeb that's second? Because whichever one it is probably going to be shuffled back to 7th or 8th on the restart. If Eric was back in 3rd, that would mean that he would be right behind Slade for this restart.
We just want to say real quick, thank you to all the super chats, the new subscribers, everybody tuning into the FilterTime Bash. We cannot thank you for all the support towards the NASCAR YouTube community. It truly means a lot. As this race is coming down to the wire here, Groovy Nation, Slade Graven, Blue Jimmy fan, Cody Workman, the best of the best here racing for just bragging rights. No money on the line, all for just bragging rights and to say that I won the first ever FilterTime Bash. Jared, it's going to get crazy.
It's going to get crazy. And I noticed, he put it in the chat, I saw on the screen, Darian Gilliam, he is up to P5. Eric Estep is 3rd, so he's got his podcast teammate on the bottom for this restart. They might be able to get clear the high side. and maybe try and mount some charge up on Slade.
Green flag back out here at Talladega with the laps winding down. Who is going to win the Filter Time Bash? 10 laps to go at Talladega. Time is running out. Will tempers flare? Will more crashes happen? Probably so, as they're 3 wide. MBK makes contact with Blue Jimmy. Blue Jimmy back. He's around. 1 car around. And I think it's only a 1-car incident. Oh, you hate to see that.
Bad luck. Such bad luck that it was only a 1-car incident. Blue Jimmy now a full backstretch away. He's still not up to speed. If they go green, the race is over for him. But up front, don't look now. Cody Workman up in P4, right behind Darian Gilliam, who's sitting in 3rd. Eric Estep in 2nd, and Slade, I should say, leading the field right now. It's going to be hard to get past him. It's also going to be hard that if those 2 up front try and make a move, Cody might just go with Slade.
Laps are winding down. 8 laps to go in the Filter Time Bash. We are keeping our eyes at the front. Slade Graven in the 21, Eric Estep in the 20, Black Flags Matter in 3rd, and Cody Workman in 4th. 4 of the best play racers we have seen online and in just online lobbies in general.
Darian's leaving a bit of a gap to Eric,
Will
but he goes right up on his
Darian
bumper.
push Eric around Slade? We don't know what's going to happen, as we're going to try to look behind. We got 2 cars wrecking in the back. Will that bring a caution? No caution. We stay green.
Going to come down here to, I believe, 7 laps to go, which means that when you got to make a move. If you are not in the top 5 or 6, you have to make a move. You have to try and get that high side working. If not, you're not going to have enough time. Joseph's up in the wall too. Joseph might
Lombard
just be
in the
shuffled out.
wall, and oh, it looks like a 1-car incident again. The more this happens, Jared, the least likely we'll see a caution. This could be the final run to the finish.
But he's that guy that's going to go up to the top. Workman up to the top right now. He goes onto the high side of Black Flags Matter. Darian forced to stick with Eric, but now Cody is side by side with Darian. He's falling back. They don't have enough numbers. And the way that that bottom line right now is organized, it might be the end if he can't get down low soon enough. Eric looking up high, though. He's trying to psych out Slade. That's not going to work, though. Slade is one of the best in the business at this track. Your bluff is not going to work on him. Oh, Cody tries to get down low. He's going to cut the nose off of Chase Durham, but he got there. IDK player now. He's up behind Raw Gator, who's in 4th. And now the top 4 break away.
Oh, trouble! Smoke Carbon and Mike RPM hard into the wall. Will that bring a caution? No caution. We stay green.
And there's 6 to go, I think, isn't there?
7 laps to go as they head down the back straightaway. Slade Graven holding on to the lead with Eric Estep in 2nd. Black Flags Matter in 3rd. Raw Gator 4th. IDK player in 5th. Where is NASCAR YouTube Nation? Spam in the chat who you are rooting for.
There goes Gator. Gator just got, there was a little bit of a lag.
I think he's still in it. He's still in it.
He's still in it,
but watch this. Black
out.
Flags Matter's about to get a huge run right here. Will he go to the outside and take advantage of it, or will he stay right here? I think he's going to stay right behind Eric Estep.
I think he's going to stay loyal to Eric right now, but they can't wait, because if they do, Cody's going to help mount a charge. There's not enough cars up there right now that they can really have the high side working, but as these cars slowly start falling away from the draft, it might become 8 cars, maybe 7, maybe 9, who knows, but there's going to be less cars, which means it's going to take less cars to build up a charge on the high side. They go into 3 again, still in formation. Eric is going to, he just lags a little bit back behind. Darian's going to be right on his bumper, and now Eric has a gap. Do they make a run to the high side here? Darian has a gap behind Eric. Eric has a gap behind Slade, which means these 2 are both going to have a huge run as they go through the tri-oval. Nope, no move.
No move yet. They're waiting for the right time. Slade knows he's in a tough spot right here.
Look at Workman. He has a gap between IDK player. He has 2 or 3 guys behind him he's worked with during this race. Rusty Walrus is in that group too, and Rusty will go and make an aggressive move. He loves the outside, so Workman could really, he could be the guy who pulls the pin on this grenade right here. He's got the run on IDK. Is he going to make a move, or no, he doesn't have enough built up behind him. If he makes a move here, he might get shuffled back further.
5 laps to go at Talladega. The young kid sitting in 1st, looking to start his Pro League season out with a bang before the season even starts. But here comes Groovy Nation sitting on the bumper, waiting to make the right move. Trouble though. Rusty Walrus hard to the wall.
Rusty's around. 1-car incident.
One car incident, and it's Rusty's race more than likely over. Tough break for Rusty Nation. But IDK player Black Flags Matter, Eric Estep, still your top YouTubers here. Pro League driver Slade Graven leading, and don't look further. There's Cody Workman sitting in the 5th spot. He's going to get a huge run down the back straightaway here.
We've just whittled this group down. We had 19 battling up here as Workman goes to the high side. We only have 11 up here now. IDK tries to throw the block. It's not going to work. Workman trying to go down low, and now Gator. He's going to close
contact!
the door. Oh, and Darian moves
Eric Estep moved out of the way. Here comes Black Flags Matter with Cody Workman through the tri-oval. We are coming
to the back
to 3 laps to go. I believe it's 3 laps to go.
To make sure, let's completely make sure.
I'll find out here in just about 2 seconds.
As they go through 1 and 2 right now, Darian looking low, but the problem is with Cody right there, does Cody go with Darian if he makes a move, or does he go with Slade? Slade is probably the more difficult one to pass. Not any disrespect to Darian at all, because Darian is incredibly good at this track. IDK now trying to make a move towards the back. And they're heading into 3.
I will confirm, Jared, 3 laps to go. We are coming to 2
to go.
laps to go in the FilterTime Bash. It has been a race full of exciting racing, wrecks everywhere, but it's finally coming to a close. Will Slade hold off the hard charge from NASCAR, YouTube, and Pro League? Coming through the tri-oval. 2 laps to go at Talladega.
Wait till the last lap on this guy. You can't do it unless you're Cody. I think Cody's the only one who could pull it off, but I don't think if you're Darian, if you're Gator, if you're MDK, if you're any of those guys in that group, you can't wait until the last lap. It's just not enough time to mount up a charge.
You're absolutely right, Jared. They got to make something happen here. You got to do it even before the backstretch on the last lap. Who will make the move? Eric moving all over the place, trying to get something going. Eric has brought himself back up to about the 6th position as they head through turn 3 and 4 for the second to last time, as they will be coming to the white flag of the FilterTime Bash. Spam in the chat. Who do you think is going to win the FilterTime Bash at Talladega?
Darian won in the core race. He's coming down along with the rest of them to the white flag. Right now, he's right on Slade's bumper. He needs to get back a little bit as they hit the white flag. He needs to get back, though. They're going into 1 and 2, and Cody looking like he has a little bit of a gap. He might have enough if... Yeah, there's a gap now. Cody's probably going to make the move here. It's a matter of if Darian blocks him, because if Darian blocks him, he might get the push from him. They're dicing up towards the back. I think if you're not in the top 3 or 4, you're not going to win this. Oh, they're back. They're hitting each other.
Corey Rothgave, an IDK player involved.
Workman down low for second now. Darian left out to dry.
Through turns 3 and 4 for the final time. Slade Graven holding on to the lead. Here comes Cody Workman with a run. Darian knocked out of the way. Who makes the move? Cody Workman to the outside.
He's got no help.
No
Gator's
help,
coming
though.
low.
Raw Gator coming low, pushing the side by side of the tri-oval. It's a photo finish at Slade Graven. Slade Graven wins the FilterTime Bash at Talladega in a photo finish with Cody Workman. What a finish here. I wish we had a better camera angle, but oh my goodness. Slade maybe had half a car on Cody Workman. It was a valiant effort. Oh my goodness.
The move of the race was Slade saw that Gator was going low. If he had come down a split second earlier, he either would have crashed, Gator would have crashed, and Cody would have won. But he blocked Gator. Gator didn't have the chance to make it 3 wide. And from there, well, the rest is history.
And guys, your winner of the race, and we got the right graph for it, Slade Graven, your winner of the FilterTime Bash. Jarrett, what do you got to say about this kid taking the win tonight?
I got to say that I am not surprised. I'm surprised how he got there with all of the shuffling throughout the race, but I'm not surprised that he was one of the guys up front. He made the right move, that pass towards the end of the race on Eric. The aggression that he was showing, he was aggressive the whole race, wanting to lead the whole race, and it was the smart strategy and decision to do. So what a race, what a finish, and what a winner.
Absolutely, and let's see if we can talk to the kid. We got your top 10 results here. We got your top 10 results here from the FilterTime Bash. We don't have the other results, but here's your top 10 of the FilterTime Bash. First place, Slade Graven, the 21. Cody Workman in second. Raw Gator in third. MDK with a great comeback to finish fourth. Acceptness in the 32 in fifth. Matthew Billingsley in the 00 at sixth. Chase in the number 1 car. Eric Estep, Groovy Nation with a great running today, finishing 8th. Black Flags Matter in 9th, and IDK Player finishing in the 10th spot. Let's see if we can capture our winner here in the booth. We gotta get Slade Gravett into the chat. So just give us 1 second here. Jared, keep giving us some thoughts here of this race.
It was everything that I was hoping for. We had a bit of a stretch where there were a lot of cautions. That we knew that was coming. That just happens with the game, with the track, all that we have involved here. But it wasn't a wreck fest. It didn't really ruin the race, and it was only like 3 or 4 was the wreck fest. It was not bad at all. We had enough cautions in the stages to disperse it out a bit, and really towards the end, you had the guys who were worthy heavy hitters racing up for the win. That group of 10, the top 10 there, was basically your run for the win. You had a lot of smart racing, you had a lot of aggressive racing. You just really had the best of everything in this thing, and I had a blast with it, and I think we got Slade in here right now.
We do. We have our winner of the FilterTime Bash. Give us 1 second here so we can get his voice through here.
We don't want it to be like me where we
don't want it to be like that.
Happens.
No way, no way. Give us 1 second as we get Slade Gravett, your winner of the FilterTime Bash here in Victory Lane.
Chat, while we're doing that, what did you think? Rate this race out of 10. What do you think of this thing? We want to see what you got to say.
I believe we have our winner here in the Discord. Slade Gravett, can you hear us, my man?
You got me?
Slade.
Oh, yeah.
What a finish, man. You held off a hard-charging Cody Workman there. Tell us what the whole FilterTime Bash race was like. How was it? How did you win that race?
It was crazy to say the least. I forgot how I got to first. I think I was on the outside, made a move, put the 20 in the 003 wide, and we somehow made it work, and then just caution fell out, and we were able to restack them and kind of hold the bottom. But then to end that race, I thought the 3 was going to pass me. He had me, but if the 85 doesn't go with me, but Raw Gator, got to give a shout out to him for pushing me to the tri-oval, because without him, we're finishing second, and Cody Workman's the winner of this race. But man, it's an honor to win this race. Thank everybody who tuned in to watch this race, everybody at FilterTime for sponsoring the race. I hope you guys enjoyed the product, and everybody who raced. It was fun to race all these guys. First time racing with a few of them, but nonetheless, it was a great show, and was really proud to get this Spin Mustang to Victory Lane.
It looked like your strategy, at least from the booth, it looked like it was just lead every single lap. So 1, was that your strategy? And 2, like, how did you accomplish just staying towards the front almost the entirety of the race?
There was a good section where I think I was around 11th or 12th for a good solid 20 laps. And I was kind of like, we're just going to sit here, pick them off one by one. But that worked. We got to about 6th, and I believe, like I said, and we were able just to make the move, put the 20 and 003 wide, and got us to the lead. And then we kind of just rode there and just hoped no one passed us. It was real sketchy, to say the least. No, I almost gave it up one time. Going into turn 1, I kind of fell back to about 7th, and we were able to get back up there and lead it again. But I mean, that was just crazy. There wasn't really a strategy; you just kind of just survive for a decent part of that. Other than, I think it was stage 1 where we had all of us up top, and we're just ripping the top, and had about a 10-second gap before that caution came out. But yeah, a lot of fun. I don't know if you can even have a strategy with that kind of racing, that kind of craziness. So yeah, I hope that answers your question.
It does. It does.
Yeah, Slade, we were talking about during this race and everything that, this is great momentum for you. I know it's not custom setups or anything like that, but it feels good to win an event like this. You got a lot of eyes on it. You go out there and win the race. Looked like you had a really good car and everything. I'm going to ask you, did you prefer to be out in the lead, or did you prefer to kind of be behind and kind of wait to make that move? Did you think you were in the best spot there at the end?
I wasn't really. I really wasn't. The 3 had the best spot. If the 85 goes to 3, Workman wins. That was the deciding factor. Was Raw Gators, who was Raw Gator going to go with. I guess he thought if he pushed me, he could potentially get a second place or something like that. But I mean, I can't thank him enough for pushing me and helping me get that win. But yeah, I mean, I probably would prefer to be in Workman shoes going into in turn 4. no doubt. But I'm just glad we have somebody in third place who was working with us for most of that race, and was a good driver, by the way, Raw Gator, in the top 24 for the preseason of the Pro League, and he's done a very good job in that. So it was nice to have someone like him behind us, or in third, going into the Trial.
Absolutely. Well, Slade, thank you so much for coming into the booth. Congratulations on winning the first ever Filter Time Bash. I'll tell you what, you didn't watch this broadcast, but Blake Cook, I'm sure he watched, and I think he was impressed with how you were driving that thing today, man. Good luck. Congratulations, man, and I'll see you on the track in a couple weeks, buddy.
For sure, man. Thank you all for broadcasting and putting on a good show. And once again, thanks to everybody who tuned in, and hopefully enjoyed the show, and especially Filter Time and NASCAR Heat for promoting this thing and sponsoring this thing. It was an awesome show.
Yeah, guys, and there is Slade Gravett, your winner of the Filter Time Bash. And now it is time to bring in the runner-up of the Filter Time Bash, but I think he's got a lot to hold his head up about. Cody, my man, you there?
Yeah, I'm here, Sloppy.
Cody, you did everything you could. You had such a good thing going for you, but tell me about your race as a whole. You looked like you tried everything you could to get around Slade. What else did you need to do to get that win today?
Well, first off, just to sign up to thank all the guys that were in our party tonight. Me, Slade, Diesel Rathgib, the one car chasing, and the 88 on Mike RPM. We did a phenomenal job of working together all night. And even though not all 5 of us were up there towards the front at the end, so decent amount of us were able to be up there. And all these races are, especially when you get down to the end like this, is just putting yourself into a position. And there were a couple times where midway through stage 3, I thought people were going to go to the outside and would get shuffled back. Work my way up to about top 5, get shuffled back again. So just told myself to stay on the bottom, and that sent me up in 3rd spot. And going down the back straightaway, saw the 25 went high, and was still going for the win, obviously. But at the end, I wanted to make sure one of us in our party got that win. Thought I was in perfect position through 3 and 4, got the run coming off 4, was side by side, had the run, and there's not really any worse feeling than being side by side to the checkered and seeing the entire top 10 just stay on the bottom and not want to do anything there at the end. So that's the thing about these races, though. You can do everything right on your end, but at the end of the day, you also need help to get that. So the help wasn't there for us on the last corner, but man, that was an awesome race. Super fun to be a part of. Thank you to Filter Time, Blake Cook, NASCAR Heat for putting all this on, especially with the giveaways. And probably the funnest part for me, Sloppy, was seeing my youth group guys in there. Apparently, they were blowing up the chat a little bit too much there in the middle of the race, but they were. Every time I would take the lead, they'd be hollering at me in DMs and whatnot to go, get the win. And man, that was a just amazing event to be a part of. Sucks didn't get the win. And we didn't get the help at the end, but overall, fun day, fun race.
Cody, I know that you didn't get the guys on the high side at the end, but I have to admit, and Slade talked about it a little bit, I know you had to be grinning ear to ear when you guys were just in stage 2 in your own little world on the high side right next to the wall. Like, tell me, man, how happy, like, pleased were you being able to run right there in the Dale line?
Well, I think it was just stuff that we were, testing out. I mean, we were doing it in practice all week, and some guys go up to the top, and, I'll admit and say that I was kind of like the guy I feel like that was trying to start the outside lane brigade. But I mean, really, yeah, I went to the top at the start of stage 2, but all it really was just the 22, or not the 22, but the 88 and the 21. They just came up, and us in our group of 5 just stayed up there. The pack got weaned out, trying to stay with us on that outside. And even though when we got separated from the pack, it was almost kind of like the Stuart Haas cars at Talladega a few years ago. Once those Stuart Haas got separated from even though there's only 4 of them, they were able to pull away from the entire field, and we were able to do that. Was hoping that we were actually coming in to pit before an unfortunate caution came out. But yeah, like I said, doing stuff like that, not just riding along the bottom the entire race and just waiting for lap 188. You're able to mix it up, keep yourself alert. Yeah, it was pretty hectic there, and it was the exact opposite there in stage 3. Everybody wanting to stay at the bottom and not move up. But overall, it was a great finish, great race, and hope the fans enjoyed it.
Yeah,
think they did, man.
yeah, they did, Cody, and you definitely made that finish a lot really entertaining. Let's say that. Hopefully, people will go back and watch how pumped we were there for that photo finish. Cody Workman finishing second tonight in the FilterTime Bash. Cody, thank you for joining us tonight.
Thank you, guys.
And that's Cody Workman, driver of the number 3 tonight in the FilterTime Bash. And our last interview of the night, if he is here, I did give him permission in the Discord, is none other than the original host, the original idea creator of the FilterTime Bash, is Black Flags Matter, Darian Gilliam himself. Darian, what's going on, man?
Dude, that was so much fun, man. I just want to thank everybody for coming out and watching this race. I had it side by side while I was racing. I saw a viewership high of like 250 people watching the final lap. So I really appreciate you guys tuning in. Those last laps, man, they were pretty hectic. First off, I was all over the place, just like 1 minute I'm starting on the pole, the next I'm way back in last place, and I kept going back and forth, and like nobody was going up on the top side, and I was like, well, I might as well, because I don't think I'm gonna get a better run than I am now, because I backed all the way up and then I just got left out to dry. But I still finished ninth though, but it's all good. It's all about trying to get the W, no points on the line, just for fun. Dude, it was amazing, and hopefully everyone enjoyed the broadcast too. The chat looked like they loved it, so really appreciate you guys tuning in.
They had a blast. And I got to ask, was there anyone you really were trying to work with a ton during this race? Because I noticed like I'd say towards the end, it seemed like you and Eric were really working well together. I had a grin because I was like, oh, there's my 2 podcast boys up front. Was there anyone in particular where you were trying to like seek them out? Because I know there's Eric, there was IDK, there was Workman. You were working well with a lot of people. So like, how was that going, man?
Well, we had a group chat going. Those final laps, like Eric was like, I'm not going to leave the bottom. And I'm like, okay, try and like bump him out of the way. That's what I was doing all race. And I'll try and help you, and I'll go with you. But then like with like 3 laps to go, he went up and I had the run. And I was like, I got to go. I'm sorry. So I ended up sitting second there. But no, him I kept working a lot with. IDK player, dude, he was there towards the end. And was also working with Scout a ton, and also Joseph. So we had a group chat going. It was great. It was an awesome race. We have to do this again sometime.
And Darian, since you're in here, we still have one more thing to do here. We have to announce our giveaway winners of the NASCAR Heat 4 copies. And
let's go.
Jared, I think you may have the winners of this thing.
I might have them too. You want me to just do them one at a time or both the same?
Let's do it one at a time. If your name is called, make sure to take a screenshot of your answer or whatnot and let me know in Twitter DMs that this is you and you are the winner, and we will get you your code. Jarrett, by all means, the floor is yours. Who is our winners of the NASCAR Heat 4 codes?
Oh, first guy, as we hit the 3-hour mark of the broadcast, is ManDude03 Videos. He answered the first question right, so he will be the winner of this first the first code.
You're right, and Chance did make a good point. We do need the answers too, so let's go ahead and let's look at the answer of the first question here. The answer was Ricky Stenhouse Jr. He was the last driver to win their first career race at Talladega. It happened back at what year, Jarrett?
2017.
And I was actually at that race personally, and man, I'll tell you what, that's the last I've ever cheered for Ricky Stenhouse. So let's see if he's in here. We'll give him about another 30 seconds to a minute to say he's here, that he's got the screenshot. And we're talking about Cup Series. We're talking about Cup Series. We're racing Cup cars, guys. Come on, we got it. Let's see here. We'll give about another 30 seconds to see
If not, we'll announce the second guy then, because I know the second guy is still in here.
We'll go ahead and announce the second winner of the questions here. We'll go back and see if I believe Myco3 Videos was here. Who is the winner of our second? And I believe before we say it, the question was again, who was the last driver to sweep Talladega in the Cup Series? And if you answered it correctly, 2007, it was Jeff Gordon, Wonder Boy himself. He won in 07. And then in 07, in the fall race, he passed Jimmy Johnson on a last lap pass to take the win, but ultimately lost the championship. Jared, who's our winner of our second giveaway?
I just saw him. He was asking to get to the giveaway, so we're gonna. Ruben is Jimmy, number 48.
Hey, Ruben is Jimmy, number 48.
He's right there.
He's right there.
That's
Ruben is Jimmy, number 48, is your winner of the second NASCAR Heat 4 code. Congratulations, Ruben. Make sure to send me a DM that is you. Take a screenshot of your username there. And
In the
we'll
chat, what do you think about this? Yo.
Hey, yo,
crazy.
hey, all
Going
right, here we
crazy.
go. It's Ruben.
I'm reading that as IDK, sorry.
All right, guys, so it looks like our first winner is not here. Jared, do we have a second winner for the code?
So many people in the chat asking for it. I think was it Fish Productions? I think he also put the right answer in for the first one, I believe.
Fish Productions?
I think so.
Fish Productions,
You here?
you're the winner of that code if you respond right here.
You gotta respond right now, though. That's the thing.
Yeah.
Where is Fish
Fish.
Productions?
He was just here. Oh, there he is.
He said
oh.
Stenhouse. That was it.
He
Yeah,
did.
for the first
It
one.
is,
Fish,
yep.
you won.
So,
You won it.
there we
All
go.
right.
Fish Productions wins the other NASCAR Heat 4 code. You don't have the Twitter. Man, this is getting crazy now.
Oh,
Okay.
do you have an Instagram?
Do you have an Instagram?
Yeah,
Don't give it away unless you have it shot.
He said give it to someone else. That's what he said. All right, Jared, we got to
Alright.
announce a third winner of the
Third
first NASCAR
winner.
E4 code.
Literally had 2. That's it. That's it. Come on, guys. All right, let's scroll through this thing. I hear someone. Ding.
I never thought the
Wait a
toughest
minute.
thing of the night would be to announce a winner of a code for a
I
NASCAR
know.
video game, right?
Race
Scroll
is
down,
long done.
Ruben said something. Scroll down really quick.
Hang on tight there, chat. We're getting our winner of the
Said-
first one.
I'll be real. I only got 2, so we
That's
can put
fine.
it
You know
in
what?
there
This is
again.
what we're gonna do.
Let's
This
put it in there
is
again.
how we're gonna give away. I will come up with a question right now for Talladega. I already got one in my head. If you do not have NASCAR Heat 4 in the chat, please answer this question. And if you have Twitter, if you follow me, make sure to go follow me. It's in the description. This question right here is for a NASCAR Heat 4 code. I got Jarrett watching the chat. I got others watching the chat. And by all, we will see who answers the question first. Are you guys ready for this question? I'll take that as a possible yes. Right? All right, looks like they're all ready. Here we go.
Ruben, really quick, has one important question. Will it be Xbox or PS4? He
It will
just needs
be
to know.
any system that works for you. The codes will be made by NASCAR Heat. They will provide them to me, and we will get that code to you regardless of your system and where you are from. So no worries. They will work for either console that you have.
Just accept it. It's a free game.
All right. All right, here we go. Here is the question. And I think Jarrett knows which one I'm going to say here because I mentioned it earlier. Who won the Talladega race in the fall of 2005?
Oh, that's a hard one. Yeah.
Let's see who gets it right first. Jarrett, let me know if you get the same one as me. We'll save names. We're trying to
gets
get
it
these
right first? I'm
answers.
looking at-
No one's gotten
I'm
it
looking
yet.
at the chat.
No one's got it yet. Oh!
Oh!
Freaking Ryan Newman.
Ryan Newman.
Oh my
Good
god.
stuff. Good stuff. Dale Jarrett.
Let's get, just in case we have problems with this stuff, let's make sure we have 3 or 4 backup plans here.
I already
Yeah.
see one or two that we can do.
Okay.
Ryan Newman, do you follow me on Twitter? If so, please do. Send me a DM and just show me it's you, and we will get you that code.
No, we
I
should
have
stick
40
with
wins. It's I have 40. Oh, that's great. Oh, man, he won. Hey, win's a win, man. Win's a win. I have
Yeah.
40. Hey, DM me on Twitter, man, with any of your 40 accounts that you have, and we'll get you that. We'll get you that code and everything. But I know he has Twitter.
Yeah.
Everyone's saying no way,
he
but I
does
know they
too.
got the game. That's just funny, man. That's just a funny way to go out and everything. I swear.
Yeah.
But hey, let's.
Oh my god.
But real quick before we wrap this thing up, we want to say again thank you to FilterTime, Talladega Superspeedway, and NASCAR Heat for helping us promote this event and sponsoring it. It's been one heck of a past 2 weeks, guys, putting this event together and having a finish like that. It's just unbelievable.
It was
Yeah,
a
it really
great
is.
race. Great race
It was
all
amazing.
around, and the fact that we had so many people coming up and down throughout the pack, back and forth. You know, you didn't have somebody who just flat out dominated. You had dominating drivers, but not flat out dominating the whole thing. Just absolutely excellent.
A great.
Yeah, dude, had a lot of parody throughout the race too, and it was fun to plan. Really appreciate FilterTime, NASCAR Heat, and Talladega themselves for promoting the event. This isn't the last time we'll do something like this. Not sure when we'll do this again, but I know for sure this will happen. So stay tuned.
This will happen again, and if you like FilterTime being on board with this entire thing, make sure to tag FilterTime, let them know, and say thank you for coming on board. I think, Jet, did you have something to say?
I did.
Someone else did. Yeah, what's
I
up?
did. I just want to thank also Blake Cook for jumping on the broadcast with us and giving us his time and helping sponsor this race. Also, I saw him in the chat, and he helped with sponsoring the commercial. Thanks to 5 Points Vids, Urinating Tree, and all the guys at the Dumpster Fire. That was awesome for them to jump on last minute like they did. So make sure you give them lots of love, guys, and just everyone involved with this thing. It was absolutely amazing to put together. And it was the cool thing was it didn't, it wasn't something that was drawn out in production for like 4 months. It wasn't something we put together in 2 days. It was just the right amount of time to get all these people from the community together, pro league drivers, Heat, people who play Heat all the time, YouTubers, just everyone all together. And at the end, really just the cream rose to the top at the end.
It absolutely did, guys. And with that being said, that's going to be it for the FilterTime Bash here today. I am Sloppy Joe. He is Iceberg. And of course, we have Black Flags Matter, the original creator of the FilterTime Bash. From all of us here in the NASCAR YouTube community, we'd like to say thank you and congratulations once again to Slade for winning the FilterTime Bash. Make sure to hit that subscribe button and tag FilterTime and say thank you for everything. See you guys later, and have a great rest of your night.